The world of Banya cracks in anticipation of the approaching storm. Its lands strain against unnatural forces, and warnings of what is to come have been carefully placed among its people. Warnings that led us to a few tieflings, Goliaths, drow, and halflings. But how can this unlikely family of broken people stop a force that has been generations in the making? What strength is left in the bonds of friendship?
Should be good.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Goats and Dragons, a podcast where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons. I decided to be British against my will this evening. I am Andrew Gilbert, and tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me is Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey, everybody. We do pronouns at this point, right? I think I asked this last time,
Sure.
too. Hey everybody, I'm Galway. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I play Charity, as Andy mentioned, Tiefling Sorcerer. His pronouns are also he, him, his.
Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi, my pronouns are she, her, hers, and Stormbringer's pronouns are also she, her, hers.
Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Hi everybody, my name's Adam. My pronouns are he, him, his, and my character Burbage's pronouns are also he, him, his.
Our guest for a few sessions, Rachel, playing the Gnomish Artificer Clem. I'm not changing the script.
Still going with a few, yeah. Hi, I'm Rachel, and I play Clem, and we're both she, her, hers.
And Darcy, playing the Tiefling Cleric Hakari.
Hello, I'm Darcy, and my pronouns are they, them, theirs, and Hakari's are she, her, hers. And tonight we have a little song. Don't you wish your bear had fur like me? Don't you wish your bear was a girl like me? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you wish your bear had claws like me? Don't you wish your bear could maul like me? Don't you? Oh, don't you?
Thank you, Darcy.
That was awesome.
Oh gosh! And as always,
was
that
that
just
performed?
happened in the game too.
Was that
From-
performed by the Pussycat Bears? Okay, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
of course.
Can I thought I was a bear and I couldn't talk.
No, you thought you.
No,
did that.
Bear 100% is just like,
Oh.
I'm just
Bear
picturing
the-
the family is walking up and the bear's just like doing this little shuffling
Like-
dance. Like,
Hey, I guess that would be a strong indicator.
which
that
I would say
Takari-
Charity would 100% be, why is Hakari a bear?
That's awesome. Yeah, so tonight you are witnessing a live recording of a podcast, which doesn't really mean a lot other than every once in a while maybe Adam says, Andy, stop doing the line like that. Just be normal. And so then I have to do a line.
Why doesn't it work?
But also we're on Twitch. We're streaming live, so engage in the chat if you will. We have a great community of really supportive people. If you have any questions, numbers of us can help with that. Where to go next?
We should read Chelsea's poem.
Yes, before we forget,
Yes.
that would be great. Who would like to?
I'll do
I
it.
don't have it up. Thank you, Adam.
More mysteries and questions have been revealed. Image manifestations, family threats, and horrible customer service items dealed. Popcorn consumed and some adorable flirtation, now to face a very strange situation. It's fine, you got this. You always pull through. Much love, Fates of Ryn crew. I can see and hear you. Thank you,
Oh,
Chelsea.
Chelsea, you're the
Yay.
greatest. Thank you
Is
so
it
much.
fun?
Chelsea's a member of our community, a friend at this point. And if you want to be our friend and want to join us off stream, you can type !Discord in the chat, and that'll give you a link to our Discord where you can just come and hang out with us. We hang out, play games, talk about stuff that's hilarious and weird and random, and also serious and heartfelt. And it's been a real joy to be a part of such a community this last year, especially. So if any of that sounds interesting, or if you just kind of want to check it out, please type !Discord in the chat so you can get that set up. Also, Galway, would you mind talking about !Donate then tonight?
Yeah. If you use !Donate in the chat, you will get a link to an organization called Stop AAPI, Asian American Pacific Islander Hate.org. As it discusses there, and as had been in the news a little bit, and then unfortunately have sort of quickly been pushed aside and gotten overshadowed, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in America suffer massive amounts of discrimination, massive amounts of racism, and many outright violent acts. The shootings in Atlanta for the AAPI community was not a new or unexpected thing. It was the latest in a long line of racist motivated tragedies. And so we here at Helpful Goat stand as allies with the AAPI community. We want to make sure that attention is paid to this in the same way that attention is paid to the Black Lives Matter movement, that this call for racial justice is inclusive of all minorities in America, and especially minorities whose communities right now are facing a lot of additional threats, such as with the racist rhetoric that has been positioned around COVID-19. So, as always, we encourage you to look for local ways that you can help. The article that is linked in that command includes actually a sublink then to another article, which details lots of local organizations. So you could probably find one in your area. And it can even be things as simple as your local chambers of commerce. You may even have an Asian-owned business chamber of commerce. We'll probably have a list of Asian-owned businesses and Pacific Islander-owned businesses in your community. Go support some of those. This doesn't even have to be something as potentially out of the way as like a donation or volunteer work or anything. It can be the next time you're ordering out for dinner, order from an Asian-owned restaurant. All of those things help provide stability and health to their community, and it's much appreciated by the members of that community. So thank you all for taking the time and putting in the effort.
Excellent. 100%. Yeah. Right. It's hard to kind of follow that up. Part of me, and necessarily, I don't necessarily want to. I don't want to kind of overshadow, obviously, that. And several of us do live in Boulder or around that, or we're working in Boulder, and our hearts go out to that community as well. And just on top of tragedy, definitely try not to overshadow that at all.
Well, no, and this is the same thing that I also said, on Wednesday when we did go to Saltmarsh. Like,
totally, yeah.
There has to be legislative change. There has to be active change in this country.
100%.
Otherwise, these aren't going to stop. So,
100%. Yeah.
Contact your representative. Do what you can.
Please. Yeah, and I think that's most of our announcements. If you want to jump into the storyline of Goats and Dragons, you can find Goats and Dragons podcast that has all of our backlog. We're sort of getting toward the end of season 2 here, and we'll kind of are planning to have a third season probably wrap up the campaign. So getting caught up and then kind of being with us in a live format is totally fun. And also, Helpful Goat Gaming Presents, our other podcast, is amazing and has the world of Tyr situated in that, and that is sort of Galway's long form running story through several different campaigns and one shots and stuff like that, and that's fascinating. Go check that out as well. Exclamation point KO-FI. If you really want to kind of directly support us and want us to keep trying to do this sort of thing, that's totally cool. And I think that's most of our exclamation points and most of our announcements for tonight. Anyone else have anything going on?
Merch.
Exclamation point merch. I forgot about that.
Exclamation point merch. To get to our merch, thank you, Adam. Well-timed drink. And that's a totally natural place to rest your hand afterwards. And then also as a brief note, this is coming up Sunday. I will be appearing on Tales from the Tavern on the Twitch channel Shared Experience, twitch.tv/shared experience. It's a roundtable where a bunch of TTRPG players, DMs, nerds just sit around and get to chat about role-playing games, streaming role-playing, lots of different things. It's run partially, and I believe that show is directly run by Gamer Mom Luna, who's a friend of the channel and has rated us several times. So really looking forward to that. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday and should go for about 2 hours.
Beautiful. I'm certainly going to be there. Yeah, everyone check that out. That's going to be cool. And yeah, I think then we'll go ahead and begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. So, last time on the Fates of Ryn, coming to these mountains to find an ancient tome that is said to describe the process that Behelit is using to try to enter this world, the family has learned that the Goliaths made a deal with some creature to spirit away things like this tome in return for protection from death, I suppose. The group now is aware of the location of this creature, the tome, and perhaps freedom for the Goliaths. And earlier today, Stormbringer and Clem brought democracy to the Goliaths, as the rest of the family traded with the town for some magical items and supplies. I have no idea what Galway's cooking up, but he's he's concocting something. Charity is specifically. And the family also learned of another group with a tiefling, a Goliath, and a halfling that came through here. And further conversations with Sir Benaventura seem to hint at a name they've heard before, the Red Family. Whether this is coincidence or a direct threat pointed at the family is unclear. But that's all we know for now. And at night, as Burbage tried to come to terms with his ongoing self-identity issues, he once again felt a presence, an invisible figure watching him, and turned to see the ghostly presence of Eldon Dale. Chasing him away, everyone started to return to the house, where they heard shouts coming from the street, and came upon several Goliaths having surrounded a red-furred bear. This, unbeknownst to the group so far, is Hikari. And as Hikari turns to make a friendly growl, Darcy, would you go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage for me?
But real
Oh, I
quick,
thought you were going to ask them to make a friendly growl.
but real quick, did we come up to see the bear sort of shuffling back and forth and sort of rhythmically grunting to itself?
A little bit. Yeah, it was almost doing just like a little bit of a dance.
Little
kinda
bear
looking
shuffle.
around. Yep. But yeah, go for it.
Could you do it, the wisdom saving throw
Sure.
for me? Sorry, my computer's being very,
Roll
very
20 is often nasty right now. Okay. Wisdom saving throw. With disadvantage of 15. So as you kind of make this friendly growl toward your friends, your eyes kind of glaze over for a second and you go, and all of a sudden all of you feel the presence of this mighty beast whose attention is now turned toward you. But Hikari, you shake your head and just barely are able to fight off these feral instincts. So you have control for the moment. What would you like to do?
Can I I can think as Hikari,
You
right?
can think as Hikari, yes.
Okay. So, message cantrip. Everyone in the family. Can I do that?
You may think you're doing that, but no one else will hear that.
It has to be. It can't be a reply.
As technically, you don't have a necklace on or a brooch. You are
Yes, I do.
not as a bear.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna try it. Message cantrip, everyone. It's me, Hikari. I'm a bear. Roar! I think it's because I bit someone, probably. I need to probably stop doing that, maybe. Roar!
So the rest of you hear.
So,
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I'm
You can say
I'm
it
just,
first.
I'm just gonna say that Burbage is like still in the same mindset that of like he's feeling all fucked up and So I don't think he's even paying attention to the bear. He's just walking right past it to go wherever like he'd be spending the night. He's just like he's paying no mind. So I don't know how close that'll bring him to the bear, but
Pretty close.
yeah, he's just like barely aware.
Aha.
Stormbringer's gonna reach out and just like gently put a hand on Burbage's shoulder. Hey, bear, Burbage, bear.
Barbage?
When the Jesus, when the
gonna be a lot
bear
of those tonight.
makes like sounds that like sound like not normal bear stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Clem would be like, "Yeah, that's. Listen. I've seen a lot of bears, and
We met one.
that one's cool. He speaks common. This one, there's something strange about it in that it's not. It looks like a bear, but like it's like soul isn't a bear. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of tell.
So just to if I don't see anyone attacking Charity's just gonna turn.
Right.
So we're just gonna yada yada the bear that speaks common, but this one isn't a normal bear.
I mean, he's not normal either, but he can have a conversation. This one isn't normal, and it seems. I mean, listen. I feel like out of here, I might be the biggest bear expert. I'm going to tell you, most bears don't even try to have a conversation with you. And this one is definitely trying.
Charity will look over. Hi.
I've never seen a bear with red fur before either, but it keeps growling at us.
I wave back at Charity. Roar!
Okay.
Oh, it's like that.
Can I-
It's like that GIF on the internet of the bear that's just sitting and waving.
Do bears usually wave, Clem?
No, not. I mean,
Oh.
unless they're waving at you with their claws to rip your face off.
Right, yeah. But
This one doesn't
I-
seem like that.
Would I be able to like scratch something in the snow?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, can I scratch an H?
Sure, yeah. In the dirt and snow, the bear kind of crudely, but distinctly makes a large H.
I think they're hungry.
No, I think it's just
I
trying
go-
to say
I-
hello. H for hello.
Oh yeah,
I,
that's smart too.
Grab my head and just go. Roar.
Head. Oh, something about your head. Okay, all right. One word. How many
I
syllables?
scratch an A.
Charity's just gonna be sort of.
I hold up. I don't know
Hey.
how many paws. I mean, how many fingers on my paws do I have?
5. The front paws
hold
have
up
a
6
thumb.
And then I scratch an A.
You held up how many finger? How many claws did you hold up?
6.
6.
6 claws.
In answer to the
6 claws.
syllable question?
Oh no. 3 then. I thought you said how many letters.
No.
Three.
Yeah.
Again, you just hear.
How many syllables? And you've written A. So Burbage is like, guys, finally someone likes my jokes. That bear just laughed at my what's
Oh,
the name
it's
of the, what kind of
definitely
joke am I
not-
making?
It's definitely not an intelligent bear then.
It's a charades.
It's
joke.
definitely not an intelligent bear.
Do I feel like the bear? I do feel like the bear is trying to communicate, right?
Indeed. And at this, Mountain Splitter is kind of inching forward. She's one of the Goliaths that has kind of surrounded this bear, and she does have her axe out. She's kind of looking at the rest of you. Guys?
I think we're fine.
I think we're not attacking at Mountain Splitter.
just
I think they think it's not a normal bear. I don't know. I haven't met a lot of bears.
Just give
I
me
don't
a
know how
second.
bear got in here.
And you're just gonna hear sort of a crack and a column of silver flame. And there's now an angel standing there.
Oh, shit.
You see my bare face just go with wide eyes and go. "Roar, roar." And then I scratch a K.
Do I understand what the bear is saying?
So, bear isn't technically a language, nor would Hikari know it, I don't think. So I don't think so. I think there's just noises.
And then does True Sight do anything?
True Sight, though, however, reveals that this is indeed a shape changer. and you actually see the form of Hikari in front of you.
The angel.
True form. Oh, shit. Yes. Yes, that's what you see. Don't worry about the shit part. That's fine.
I mean,
Wait,
I'm
what is-
definitely
what
like
is he
writing
saying?
in my notes that you said, "Oh shit," about that.
No, it's fine. Everything's good. You see Hikari.
Okay.
So I've scratched
well-
H-A-K.
The angel at this point is going to wave at you again. Gonna snap back into Charity. It's Hikari.
No, Charity, Hikari's not a bear.
Yeah, definitely not a bear, Charity. Hikari's like a person.
Yeah,
Like
I think she's a tiefling.
Everybody just needs bear
So-
nicknames. I'm sorry.
As soon as he says it's Hikari, I sit down in the snow and just start going.
So
None
alright,
of us
so-
can understand you, Hikari. Just so we're clear, I could see it was you when I turned into angel form, but in order to communicate that to everyone, I needed to switch back. And honestly, I wasn't understanding you when I was an angel, so I think this is less a language than noises. Because, like, I was able to understand the goat.
So wait, can I just get something straight? I don't know what version of myself I am. I don't know what version of Eldon that ghost is. I don't even know what version of the family we are compared to the Red family. And now Hikari may or may not be a bear.
I also just turned into an angel if you're really just trying to compile the list for Angst.
Yeah, that is a good addition to the list. Thank you.
Look, I don't think Hikari's a bear. We've spent a lot of time with
Bear-
Hikari, and she
Are-
doesn't look like a bear.
Bearkari, are you Hikari? Perhaps
I nod
nod.
my head.
No, thank you. Yes. Okay. See, it's Hikari.
But isn't that what a bear pretending to be Hikari
A
would
bear
say?
pretending to be Hikari wouldn't understand, but I just asked it. Also, I looked at it with true sight. It's her.
What is
Why would a
true-
bear? Why would a bear pretend to be Hikari? Like, for what gain?
She lives the pretty
'Cause
exciting
we're
life.
Awesome. So if a bear like pretended to be Hikari, it would get to hang out with us, and we protect it and stuff, and
Drink a lot.
and drink a lot. I think some bears like drinking.
Bite a
I'm
lot
gonna
of.
tell you, most bears I've met are extremely straightforward and honest. It's kind of like the bear code. It's what they're known for.
Oh,
Bite a
that
lot
doesn't
of
sound like
people.
Hikari either.
Huh. Hikari bites a lot of people. Shape. Huh. There may be some overlap in causation here.
Did you say that out loud?
Oh yeah, I've just been saying. I've just been going through like, yeah, and if the bear got to be a Hikari, you get to drink a lot, get to bite a lot. Oh crap.
Yeah. When you say like, "Oh, Hikari bites a lot of people," I tap my nose with my paw and like go, like on the nose.
Either she's agreeing with me or she's not it. Signs are unclear at the moment.
Burbage, you also see a fairly large hole in the wall of the chief's lodging,
Yeah.
with the firelight spilling out into the cold night air.
And the chief's lodging.
Which is where we were staying.
Which
That's
is
where
where all
we've
of
been
you are
staying.
Yeah.
All right. So wait. Well, the last time I saw Hikari, she was hanging out with somebody named Foam Splinter or Sea Promise.
Close.
So close.
Excuse me, Sea Promise. Are you anywhere?
The other three,
She's talking to her.
yeah, Goliaths in the area don't seem to be that person.
What?
Has
Sky
this
Drowner.
never happened before? Has she never turned into a bear or something else?
This is new.
Sorry, could one of you Goliaths, could somebody go find Sea Promise? Because they might be able to provide some answers here.
Yeah, I probably could. Hold on. And you go. I'm gonna go this way.
Wait, excuse me, Goliath.
I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah, just can you say like just 20 more words with your voice before you leave. I just wanted to hear some more of it.
20 more words in my voice.
Yeah, and
I probably could. My name is Cloud Striker, and it's one of the cooler names of Goliath. So that's about 20. Goodbye.
Oh, hold on. Did you just say that your name was Cloud Strife?
Striker?
Oh, okay. We're
Striker.
just very close to a Final Fantasy IP infringement.
Oh, no.
All right, thank you. That's
No
great.
problem. I'll go
Appreciate
find her. Hold on.
Is the one next to
You're
you
welcome.
Squall or?
Yeah, I was gonna say now we're gonna have like Squall Catheart. Yeah, okay, fair. And then there's Titus, but nobody likes to talk about him.
So, what's everyone doing?
Charity's pretty sure that this is Akari, and well, no, Charity's like entirely sure this is Akari. He's just gonna sort of wander for it. So, is there a way I can help with this? I don't think you're entirely happy in this particular situation.
I sort of shrug my shoulder.
Darcy, are you pushing to talk?
I'm sorry, I tried to. I sort of shrugged my shoulders. Thank you, Adam.
I think Charity's just gonna reach out and be like, guidance? I don't really have a lot of tools designed to deal with, bearification.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So as you kind of place your hand on the shoulder of the bear, oddly enough, you do see sort of a weird sort of black marking on the arm that looks to be in kind of the shape, almost the shape, it's hard to tell with the fur, but of a spider, which might match Hikari's tattoo. And then you give guidance. Bear Kari, would you like to try to turn out of bear form?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
You're gonna have to roll that.
Sure thing. A 5. You can't with the D4. Hold on, just in case. 8. Okay. So yeah, you Bear Hikari, you're trying to you're kind of trying to turn this off somehow or turn back to Hikari, and you sort of your arm kind of extends and then comes back in, and your fur sort of thins at a few times, but you can't quite do it. You're still stuck in bear form at the moment.
So when I turned into a bear, did everything on me also just turned with me? Like my clothes and like the locket?
You don't really remember. You woke up as a bear and were scared, and so charged out of a house. That's all you
Through
remember.
the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, maybe do you think this is like what happened to me and Stormbringer? Do you think Hikari and a bear tried entering the puzzle box at the same time?
Oh.
And so now, all right, we need to find Hikari's body, guys.
Yeah, that seems really likely. And you were really upset about that. What if Hikari's really upset? And we don't know, because she's a bear.
Charity's gonna turn and just quietly speak to Glenn. So, for the record, I'm 90% sure that this is Hikari, who for some reason has shapeshifted. Probably not voluntarily. She doesn't seem real happy. But if those two go and look for Hikari's body, it might decrease the chances of an incident. So
That's
All
that's a really good idea, actually. Yeah, we could kind of maybe stay here and keep things calm.
Stormbringer, all right. Let's wait for Sea Promise to get here. Maybe she can tell us where Hikari's.
Yeah.
The last time she saw Hikari's body.
maybe you can follow Mumblecore Cloud Strife, and he'll take you to Shinra.
Mumblecore.
I
Yeah.
hate you all.
It's mumblecore.
So
And Debbie,
so
it's both. It's definitely both.
if you're kind of waiting around, eventually C Promise kind of looks tired and is sort of wandering up, sees the bear in the middle of the street and stops, kind of looks around at all of you. I was told to you had a question for me?
Yes. So,
I wave at her, by the way, like, "Roar."
Hi.
Thank you. Sorry, C Promise. Did we wake you? What time is it?
It's about midnight.
Yeah. But it's the weekend, so you know. The night is young. So do you remember that friend of mine that you went and sort of hung out with earlier today? Hikari?
Kari, yeah,
When
of
was
course.
the last time you saw her? And was she acting like a bear?
What? No, she wasn't acting like a bear. She was very kind. We were at the lodging over here. She points to the chief's lodging. I gave her a kiss and then took off for the night.
Do you have bear saliva in your mouth or something?
I don't think so. What are you saying?
90% sure this is Hikari, transformed into a bear.
Did I kiss Hikari into a bear?
Are you a werebear?
Did you kiss
No.
Hikari?
I did, but I
That's
didn't.
awesome.
It's a big step for me. What is happening?
I feel
I
like
don't know.
at this point Charity has just slumped into the bear's side. Like, I'm sorry, Hikari. I'm working on it.
All right, what time was that when you
I
kissed
pat him
Hikari?
and go, "Roar."
What time did you kiss her?
About maybe 9 or so?
About maybe?
Yes.
Look, we
I
think
don't
that
have a
Hikari
watch.
and Bear have swapped places. Have you seen any sketchy bears around the town?
Aside
This
from
one?
this one, yeah.
Pretty sketch.
All right, okay, so
Wait,
how
no, maybe
far...
what we mean is, have you seen any sketchy Hikaris around the town?
Oh, that might be a bear? No, but I can go look.
Wait, okay, so here's the question, and it might be a math problem. How far could a bear travel in Hikari's body in about 3 hours? Let's say that a bear boards a Hikari leaving Guggenheim,
Sure.
the Guggenheim Museum
Guggenheim.
at 9 p.m. All right, I don't have to go through the whole thing. You guys get what I'm doing.
Yeah, so Hikari can walk 60 feet for every 6 seconds. How many seconds is 3 hours?
Did you memorize every member of our party's speed?
No, I just know that because I've been playing D&D for like 11 years, so...
What are you talking about, Stormbringer? It's always so weird when you
The fourth
stop
wall
talking
can
about-
only take so much.
start talking about these weird things. D&D.
You talk about HP on the reg.
C Promise has kind of like knelt down and is looking at all the footprints in the area, and she says, "Look, it's only bear footprints coming from this building, though." And then she rushes inside.
Oh, I noticed that hole in the wall earlier, but I neither did nor said anything about it. Whoops.
And then she'll come out eventually. You're all standing around. There's no body in here. Did the bear eat Hikari?
No, I'm pretty sure the bear is Hikari.
So I've got bad news. If Bear Kari has been walking for 3 hours, I think it's like 100,000 feet away by now with Hikari's body.
Oh, man. All right.
A lot.
Maybe you all should go start looking for that. Clem and I will hold down the situation with the bear, who obviously, because we've all just jumped to this assumption, is not actually Hikari, despite the fact that your angelic friend told you that it was.
No, that is Hikari.
It's
just
Hikari.
we don't have Hikari's body.
Right, we need to find the body.
Yeah,
I'll go,
they
I'll
think
go
there's a
find it.
bear in Hikari's body, and there's a Hikari in a bear's body. There's been like a swap. So
Yeah,
you guys go look. You look for Hikari bear. We'll stay with Bear Kari, and then we'll meet back together.
A
All
Care
right,
Bear?
Stormbringer, you can carry me because I can't walk as fast as you with my
Okay.
short legs.
Okay.
Let's go with Sea Promise. Sea Promise,
Yes?
are you going to try to find Hikari's body?
Yes.
Are you going to try your best?
Of course.
Do you Sea Promise?
She rides away.
Good choice.
All right, we'll go the other way. Stormbringer, you and me will go the opposite direction
Okay.
and Sea Promise.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait,
So-
oh man, Sea Promise. Sea Promise Run. Run Promise Run? Is that something? All right, we'll workshop it on the way.
Right. Sure.
Right.
So Burbage and Stormbringer, you head off kind of on the western side then of town, starting to look for tracks. Give me a survival check, please. And then Clem and Charity.
Okay, now that it's a bit quieter, how the hell do we get Hikari to change back?
It doesn't matter what rolls you had, but I just wanted to make you roll.
Hikari, do you feel like the guidance helped at all with attempting to get control of the situation?
Do you think that being smaller would help you feel more Hikari-like if I just made you a little smaller and more Hikari-sized?
I shake my head and go, "Rah."
Let's see.
Do you have like something to dispel magic? I don't have. Oh, most of my stuff is just fire and acid.
Same boat, but sort of just fire and light and, becoming an angel. So, useful, but not really in these applications, although I did figure out that this is Hikari. But Clem, sometimes you've helped us, I feel like, advised us when we're trying to do things or accomplish things. I like Clem's just like nodding while looking at the camera. I'm like, okay.
Rachel was totally looking at her character sheet to be like, "What is that again?" And just like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, I can do that."
So maybe if Hikari is trying to gain control of this form better or turn herself back, maybe you could do that, and I can have given her guidance, and we'll have bought some time. Oh God, they're not going to try to actually run 100,000 feet, are they?
I feel like you could catch up with your wings, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to listen to me, so then I'm just going to be out in the fucking cold, like 50,000 feet away, freezing my ass off trying to convince them that Hikari is back in town.
So we would be. Burbage would suggest that we like. Well, wait.
I'm guidancing
you're not
Hikari.
here.
Hikari has guidance for another attempt.
Doesn't Hikari also have spells that she could talk to people far away?
That's a fair
Theoretically,
point.
Hikari does, yeah.
Or she could just send a message and be like, "Hey, I know you were looking for my body, but my body's right here. Come and get me." No, maybe not quite like that, but you know what I mean.
That can be the message for Sea Promise if that's what Hikari wants, but everybody else, it would just get weird.
And Burbage and
You're
Stormbringer,
looking for my
you're
body.
having a hard time finding tracks.
I was gonna say we'd find like I'd grab some meat somewhere to put out to attract the bear, but it is Hikari. It is a bear in Hikari's body. So
A Care Bear.
would the bear have Hikari's sense of smell and desire for meat?
Yes.
All right.
So it's a good plan.
So alcohol.
Burbage is gonna steal some meat from a Goliath butchery at night.
Okay. We'll,
This is turning into a whole thing.
yes, and I definitely want to look at that closer. So we'll come back to that scene in a moment.
Okay. He's only stealing it because it's not open. Everybody's
Totally
sleeping,
fine.
and this is an emergency.
I'm sure it'll be.
Well, then
tried
you
making
leave
rations.
some gold on the counter.
Yeah. So
He's not gonna-
Hakari, Charity, Clem. Clem, do you need Hakari to try again?
Yeah,
in order
when
to-
basically I will give her my flash of genius, which she can add +5.
So what sort of advice do you give to sort of try to ground this
Now I
sense?
just want you to picture all of that fur that's on your body just going back into the follicles, just going back until you're as smooth as you remember being. I'm making this weird, but and then
Charity's casting guidance and kind of looks over, is like, really? That's why we went with the fur? Couldn't just say focus on having hands?
oh yeah, and also like focus on like not having. No, do you already have so much
It
sharp
just turned
teeth?
into like a
Hmm.
naked bear.
Oh god. They come back. We just have a hairless bear. Charity's like,
Picture yourself gripping your shield with your opposable thumbs and wearing shoes.
Charity's
with
gonna-
your
oh,
small feet.
wait. An idea. And I'm gonna run in. Do I see Hakari's stuff in here?
You do accept just her normal clothing, but you see like shield, armor, sword.
So I'm gonna
backpack.
like bring her do I see the family pendant?
Yes.
So I'm gonna bring the family sigil and like her sword and shield and like put them near her / potentially like propped up against her so they're even touching her. Like, maybe these can help you focus. Also worth a shot. I'm just gonna sort of rest the sigil on her.
Okay.
Message cantrip, can you hear me now?
Can I hear him?
Not quite. No.
I don't know
Okay,
why.
I don't know why I say that because I didn't hear you. Never mind. I don't say anything.
Well, I'm like, well, maybe having some of your stuff will help you remember, because that was not so much the hair one. That one was a little disquieting, but the one of like, thinking
Well,
about
Hakari's
using your
not
sword.
usually covered in hair, so I just thought maybe she could picture how her body usually is, and the hair is what came to mind first. Okay, I bet you that's what's going to help the most.
Yeah. So does the flash of genius give advantage or just a plus?
No, it's a +5.
So do we have guidance and flash of genius?
Yes.
Oh, this is probably going to be very good. So, with disadvantage, that's 21. With both of those, then, yeah, good. So at this, you see the bear sort of kind of shake just a little bit, plant a paw into the dirt and start kind of breathing heavily. It closes its eyes.
Please not hairless.
And
Please not hairless. Please
The
not
form
hairless, please not
begins
hairless.
to shrink. All the hair just sort of sucked in. And at first, it's a very hairless
See,
bear.
I told you. Look at the hair sucking in first. That's what helps.
It's working.
And then immediately the form itself starts to turn into Hakari, naked at the moment, very, very cold. Hakari, you are back in your own body. And then your own red hair starts to recede and go in. And actually, there's just sort of a cute pixie cut of red hair on you right now.
My hair went away?
It's a lot shorter than it normally is, yes.
Charity's
Maybe I helped a little
Oh,
too much with the hair.
Charity's gonna sort of pull his cloak off, the heavy traveling cloak, and put it around Hikari. Be like, you probably want to get inside because it's very cold out here.
Yes. And then I run into the. Can I run back into the chief's thing
course.
to go get my
Yeah,
clothes?
absolutely. Yeah, you run back inside with the heavy cloak on. Everyone feels like they've sort of accomplished this.
Should we tell her to talk to Burbage and Stormbringer, or are we gonna let them run off some steam a little bit first?
Probably shouldn't. Hikari, when you've settled back in, maybe sending to Burbage and or Stormbringer to make them not chase you approximately 100,000 feet into the wilderness.
You hear me go, "Rah, rah." I mean, okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna gather up the stuff of Hikari's that was out here and bring it into her.
and then I message cantrip Burbage and
You'd have to do a sending spell because they're going to be out of range of message.
no. Okay, well then I'll do that. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you roll for
Oh,
me?
no problem. Yeah. So Burbage and Stormbringer, where are you at the moment? You're outside a small kind of butcher house, which sells butchery out of the front.
Yeah. Burbage is using his thieves' tools for the first time in a long time. Assuming it's locked.
It is. Sort of. Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, well, where are you going in? Are you going in the window, the front door?
The window's fun.
Okay. The window then is not locked at all. Sorry.
Okay, so we don't have to use the thieves' tools.
You get them all out, you place them on the snow very carefully, and you go, and Stormbringer just sort of opens it for you.
Stormbringer, give me a lift. Don't worry, I'll leave some gold for whatever meat I find.
Okay, I think they'll understand because it's an emergency, but make sure you leave enough gold, and
Sure.
I'll boost you in.
All right, and I'm going in. I'm finding. I'll grab a couple slabs of meat, of maybe some steaks.
Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of behind the counter and you're doing this. Are you trying to be quiet or just trying to be
Yes,
quick?
I'm trying to be quiet.
All right, give me a stealth check.
With my supreme sneak,
Ooh.
I have advantage.
I'm making Hikari popcorn, so.
Nice.
I
26
like it.
then. All right, very good. So you're being very, very quiet. And you kind of hear some jingling behind you. You sort of turn very quickly to see coming down these sort of old rickety stairs is a little child Goliath who
It's a little
who has a
Hoover.
large like mug that she's sort of going over to the sink to
Kill it. No witnesses.
Is it a helpful goat mug?
It is, yeah.
Oh,
Leave,
wow.
leave no trace. Leave no witnesses.
Well, I'm hiding from the kid.
So they sort of look over and you're just vanished. You are hiding underneath the counter completely, and they get their mug, dip it in there, a pot of water kind of in the kitchen, and yawn very cutely and head up back upstairs. Don't
Okay.
see you at all.
Just for a second, I do want to pause and say that the way that you laid that sentence out, Andy, I did hear you say that the kid looks over and then just vanishes. I'm like, oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's gotten real!
So you get a few steaks, you pop back out the window. Stormbringer, you're looking around. No one else on the street at the moment, just a few horses.
And I left 2 gold.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Only because I have no copper or silver pieces.
Sounds good.
And I'm not trying to get change.
All right. Stormbringer, you shut the window then again.
Okay, let's go find Hikari now.
Yeah.
And at this, you hear a voice in your head
Oh, wait.
through
Oh
the
my-
sending spell.
Oh, my.
Hikari, what is it that you say to Burbage and Stormbringer?
To Burbage and Stormbringer, come back. I am no longer a bear, and I am in my body again.
Oh, God. The bear's
bring
learning to
alcohol.
use Akari's sigil. Can you believe this?
Bad.
Message cantrip Akari, and I'm messaging quotes. You come back. Where are you? You can't keep my friend's body.
Which direction are you pointing?
He can respond to the sending spell.
Oh, okay. So it's not a message cantrip.
Oh,
Or do you
right, I
say
forgot. It's not
message
message.
cantrip in the sending spell?
Well, yeah. Does Burbage have to know that it's a sending spell to be able to respond to it?
No, not at all.
He probably thinks that he's doing message cantrip, but he's
Okay,
doing
So
sending.
I would also point out that the literal text of the sending spell, the creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender.
Yeah,
You know
do
the
recognize
origin of a sending spell.
Right. The bear has somehow learned to use Hikari's body to do sending spells.
Okay, that's an
There's
interesting
a really
interpretation.
weird take here on personhood in hearing in biological form that's making me uncomfortable.
This
What's Burbage's intelligence again?
Aww.
So you respond then to the sending spell with what is it? Sorry. Stop. give Hikari's body back.
You can't keep our friend's body. Meet us in town. Can you understand me? How are you speaking common?
Can I get that back? Do I
You do hear that back.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, do I have to
You'd have to
whole
do
other
another level 3 spell.
I'm just not gonna
Okay.
She's not going to waste this a
Yeah,
spell.
there's no reply there. But Stormbringer, you also heard Burbage sort of say that out loud.
Maybe we should go back to where we saw Bear Kari. Maybe Hikari's body is back there sending us spells, and that's what I meant by come back.
Yeah, maybe. At any rate, we definitely have to tell Charity and Clem that the bears are getting smarter.
Yeah, I know Clem said that bears are nice, but this is very sketch, and I
First,
don't
Tony. Now, this bear can speak English, speak common through Hikari. All right, let's leave a trail of meat from the edge of town. Trail of these steaks. We can tear off pieces.
I can just tear off little chunks. I'll do that, okay?
And let's leave a trail, and we'll go
This
back.
is gonna definitely not lead in a huge thing of hungry dire wolves.
No, it's not. It's gonna bring the bear back in Hikari's body, and then, and then Charity can do a switch.
Yeah, so we'll leave a trail of meat as we head back to
Beautiful. You both have inspiration for doing all of this. This is ridiculous. Well done. I love it. So you leave a trail of meat back to the chief's lodging. You do not see the bear out anymore. Charity and Clem have gone inside. Mountain Splitter is kind of out there, just sort of patrolling around, and she nods at the both of you and continues to walk.
No, hey, excuse me. Where's everybody? Where is Hikari? We need to do a switch. Did we lose Hikari in the bear body too?
No. Hikari turned back into Hikari. I think it was just the bear was Hikari the whole time.
All right.
Weird, right?
So you saw Hikari?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right.
A
The
lot
bear,
of
the
Hikari.
bear is here.
I saw a lot of
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did Hikari go?
Into the house with Charity and Clem.
Okay, Stormbringer, you and me, we're going to go in and we're going to tackle Hikari's body.
Okay.
The moment we see her, before anybody could possibly give us an alternative explanation for what's happening.
Yeah, I got you. We're gonna get this bear, and we're gonna make it give Hikari her body back.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
Hikari,
so sorry. You think Charity's gonna stop you two from fucking tackling the person in the party most likely to beat the shit out of you for doing this? Oh hell no! You're earning this. I'm gonna enjoy seeing Burbage get like fanged. I'm like, okay, cool, neat. The fuck's going on? Incidentally, you will see Charity sitting with yet another bowl of popcorn.
Indeed.
Like,
Indeed.
Hikari, you've Charity and Clem also mentioned that Sea Promise went out looking for you. Did you want to send them a message or?
I'm not wasting more spells.
Sounds good.
That's mean though.
That's mean though. I feel mean. What
We are going to
level
go to
is it?
sleep soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have.
Okay.
You still have a third
Okay.
level.
Yeah, I'll send her a message saying
Thank you so much.
thank you so much,
And
and I had a really nice date, and to have a good night.
Okay.
What? What?
what?
What? What did
That's great.
do.
It's perfect. It definitely doesn't bring her back from a hunt for you necessarily.
It sounds like a tragic
I just
goodbye.
said I had a nice date and have a good night.
Definitely sounds like you're about to do something horrible.
Goodbye. At least I
No,
go
it
out
doesn't.
with
I
a
was
positive
like, hey,
memory.
I'm fine now. I'm back to Hikari. So thank you for the date and have a nice day. I don't feel that sounds
Okay,
bad.
adding the I'm back to Hikari at least is better.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm back
Okay.
to Hikari.
Yeah, it was just
what?
it referenced nothing of the Hikari being a bear situation, so it just
Oh,
seemed
I
like,
guess that's true.
oh shit, somewhere else Hikari is fine, but apparently unaware that she's like disappeared from all of her friends and is had a nice date. That's nice.
I see.
Must
I
find
didn't even
her.
think about the bear part.
And as you are wrapping up that spell, you just kind of hear a "Ah!" behind you, and who tackles Hikari first?
Me, because I'm the big one.
Okay, so you rush in, you
And-
tackle Hikari.
I'm going for the legs. Like I'm like trying to sweep
Okay.
the legs and
Very good. Hikari, you recognize your friends' voices even in their war cry rushing toward you. Are you going to resist the tackle?
Can I try to dodge it?
Yeah. So give me
Okay,
grapple
can
checks.
you-
So athletics checks from everyone.
So again, you'll have to roll mine.
I shall.
I rolled an 11.
Sorry.
As party storage?
That's odd. All right.
I think Burbage rolled a 4 because I don't
Yeah,
think he
geez,
has
we suck.
For some reason, Hikari's not quite coming up because of roll 20. Hold on. Almost there.
wait, is party storage
I'll try again on my
Stormbringers?
end.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
This is gonna be great.
This actually might be really good. Okay, almost there.
Charity's gonna look over at Clem. Odds someone gets bitten during this?
Oh, you're on. I think that she'll. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a punch.
Fair. 1 gold.
You're on.
Hikari, the war cry of your friends definitely tipped you off to them about to tackle you, and you just instinctually,
Yeah, I'm pretty good at
the
athletics.
bear sort of juices. I don't know, the bear's adrenaline. That's what I
The
meant to.
bear juices.
Excuse me?
Yes, the bear's adrenaline is still pumping through
And
you.
I'm the weird one for talking about fur being sucked back into the body?
Yeah.
No, it's just you have a character that I can interact with when you say this, as opposed to Andy, who it just has to be Galway going, the hell, man?
the bear's adrenaline.
Bear
The
juices.
bear's adrenaline is just now pumping through you. You can absolutely thwart this attack if you'd like.
I just want it. Can I have it be kind of like they run at me and I just sort of step to one side?
100%, yeah. You stand up, start to turn around, and just very deftly, quickly, as they dive at you, to both of them tumble across the wood floor, hit the wall on the other side.
Ah.
The
Ah.
bears are learning battle tactics. We gotta
Damn.
get it.
All right, Charity, Clem, we have the bear here. Now you've got to go get Hikari, go get the bear's body so we can do a switch.
Yeah, this is the bear's body. All the fur got sucked up into it. It's that's I watched it happen.
Please,
with
can we
these
just
peepers.
What? What? You
Though
tried
Hikari
to...
does have shorter hair now.
This doesn't look like Hikari. What did the bear do to her?
Yeah, the fur got sucked up like extra a lot, I guess. So now she's got a fresh new style.
All right, hold on. If this is really Hikari,
It's-
she'll be able to answer something that only Hikari could answer, as opposed to a bear in Hikari's body.
If it's really Hikari, punch him in the face.
No, don't punch. Hold on. Hikari,
if it's really Hikari, you know you want to bite.
who
We're trying to manipulate our bets.
killed... What was that?
As the bite roll
Yes!
looking for...
Who killed you with... what was it?
You're not
even.
Are
knowing
you actually Burbage?
It's the fire. Well, oh,
I think there's a bear in Burbage's body. Get him!
Hikari, bite it!
They're spreading?
what kind of fire? Hellfire. Who killed you with hellfire?
Wait, why are you asking that? Don't you know that? Also, I think Hikari might be frozen.
Hikari, are you frozen? Are you a bear? What is happening?
If Darcy's responding, we can't hear them.
Yeah, Andy, Darcy.
Go out and come back.
They're gonna come out.
Okay.
I've lost control of this game. Love it.
I'm fairly sure I've invented popcorn, so
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'm assuming Hikari will answer correctly.
and or immediately assault you all.
I'm really hoping for assault.
Salt and butter on popcorn? That sounds delicious.
It is. Hum.
1 second.
Technical difficulties. Any questions in the chat?
They're unfrozen. They're unfrozen. As we pan up to Andy.
Okay, yeah,
Nice
sorry, it
nostrils.
just came back like random. Oh, I say Charity.
A bear
Charity
couldn't
killed me with the. Isn't that right?
possibly have known that.
Wait, but why didn't you know that? Is Clem right? Are you a bear?
Quick, Stormbringer, the only way to be sure is to tackle him.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go to tackle Burbage.
I'm dodging.
Give me contested athletics checks, please.
I like how we stayed
Or
behind
acrobatics.
to be the calm
14.
ones, and now we're
Oh.
just manipulating
Giant-
everything.
Who the fuck?
If you're letting me do acrobatics, I'm doing
Lena, why are
acrobatics.
you like in all the wrong character sheets?
Because it amuses me.
funny.
It's from my character sheet.
It's just the as at the bottom. Okay, yeah. So you go to tackle him, and he's bouncing off the bed over the room. He flips kind of over you, and you just barely almost grab his leg. But he's so quick.
First
I
of
think
all,
he is a bear. I don't think
no,
Burbage could have ever
Stormbringer,
done this.
I'm Burbage, and I was only asking her about the Hellfire as a test. All right.
Okay,
Now,
I'm gonna ask you something that only Burbage would know.
okay.
That I don't know.
Well, you have to know it for it to be a test.
Burbage, who's the stranger?
I don't think I know who the stranger is. Probably, I don't know. I mean,
Oh, punch him!
there's some.
I think he's a bear.
No, hold on.
Quick, slap him with
No,
meat!
He's the bear anymore.
There are some theories that
If he's the bear, he'll eat meat. Yeah, put the meat in his face.
No, stop it.
I'm gonna shove meat in
Oh
Burbage's
no,
face.
it's probably Theodric or Arbin. I don't know. It might be Vimeris for all we know. I don't like this raw meat.
Okay, I think this is legit. I think it's
Ah.
Burbage, y'all, because I didn't know the answer to that, but Burbage did. So
Oh my god.
I
Although
think the
it is,
worst part of this is Clem and Charity know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, no.
all right, it is worth saying that while we were on the ship and having our memory fucked with, Stormbringer did figure out who the stranger was. But like that's canon, right, Andy? Do you remember that?
And then immediately forgot it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was part
Also-
of the summary of things that were happening.
Yeah.
While this is winding down, Clem is definitely going to turn to look at Charity and just go, "You killed Hikari with Hellfire?"
Long story, but yeah. I was like,
You
10?
think Stormbringer stuffing raw meat into Burbage's mouth is winding down?
That's what I was
That's what I was just gonna say. Is it one?
He's got that be one.
So how does,
Okay, but I will say that as Charity like has this side conversation, he is gonna sort of survey the scene and sort of like, so should I make more popcorn or do you think they're wrapping up?
Wait, how does Hikari look? Does Hikari look mad that we tried to tackle her?
Honestly, actually, Hikari looks exhausted. Hikari, you've taken a level of exhaustion from this.
All right.
You
I think
are
it's
just
over.
so tired from the ordeal of changing like this.
Hikari, I am
Yes.
sorry that we tried to tackle you. You have to understand, it was necessary. It was a bare necessity. For us.
A simple bare necessity. They're why Hikari can't rest at ease. Just a simple bare necessity.
Yeah.
We're not even at break yet.
Clem is just gonna look at Burbage and just say, I hear what you're doing, but just for the future, apologies are less impactful if you make excuses in the same breath.
It wasn't an excuse, it was a pun. Learn the difference.
Oh. Yeah.
So should I just make popcorn
Right.
for me? Because this seems like you're gonna get drawn into this now.
Oh, if I punch him, it wouldn't hurt him at all. I'm a small, weak old lady.
I'm pretty sure 90% of what you're carrying in your voluminous pockets is acid. So I think you'd figure out a way.
I mean, you know, he's a halfling, but I'm not here to scar his face.
All right, I'm about as exhausted as Hikari looks. So I say we all express some gratitude to the universe for a clear and unambiguous resolution to this bare storyline. Because I don't know about you all, but I'm not curious about why that happened.
I mean,
We can talk about it in the morning.
What even happened? Hikari swapped bodies with a bear and then swapped back?
There was no...
I think I became a bear, and then I became a not bear.
Oh.
All right, but I'd just like to point out that it makes complete sense for Stormbringer and myself only mere hours after having swapped bodies ourselves to come to that conclusion about this situation. I beg to differ that this has anything to do with my intelligence score. Instead, it has to do with just good, solid, consistent role-playing.
What's an intelligence score? Do they have standardized testing in Diefield?
They do, and I cheated on it.
Fair.
Because I'm a little turd. All right, good night, everybody. Burbage goes to sleep.
So sleeping is a little difficult with the giant hole in the wall. Very, very cold night. But if you want,
Mending.
you can kind of put a makeshift barrier up quickly and try your best to stay by the fire and sleep if you'd like.
I mean, I could literally try to mend parts of this to at least also fuse some stuff over.
You certainly do parts of it. Yeah.
Burbage falls asleep watching Charity mend the wall, and he has a dream that night about kind of a whole story about Charity being the last wall mender, but like it starts with like it's the dream logic, right? Like first he's dreaming about like finding Vimeris in the ice spire, and he like unfreezes him, but then it's like Charity, and Charity's the last wall mender, and probably who else is in there? Who's a character that we haven't referenced in like a long time?
Meepus?
No, I do Meepus too much.
Toro, the Minotaur you met?
Yeah, Toro, the Minotaur. The Toro's in there. Anybody's a bear.
Deadliest creature in existence.
Yeah. So you go to sleep one by one, and wake up in the morning without a real issue. The fire was nice and warm. Generally kept everyone safe and somewhat comfy. Your exhaustion goes away. Both Burbage and Hikari, since I think Burbage had 2 from a couple days ago. So I believe yours is entirely gone now.
Do we still have those extra hit points from? Okay.
I recast those through. It's only if we go into if we've done like a big battle session, we may have to double check because I may not have the spell slots for it.
Gotcha. And I just rolled for the potions I make when I wake up, and they were the
Yes.
exact same ones that I made last time. So that's
All
fine.
right. So what would you all like to do waking up in the morning?
We were heading out today, right? I guess we didn't really like decide that, did we?
Let's say we did. We're leaving. We're heading for the temple.
That bear stuff took quite a while.
I think part of the reason you shopped a lot yesterday was because you thought you were heading out today.
Yeah,
Let's
actually,
go find Dawn Protector and let's go. Yeah, to the temples. Am I allowed to say temples?
there was one thing
Yeah.
that I was going to do up until like bear shenanigans involve like the half of the party almost freezing to death, like 100,000 feet from the town, etc. I was gonna check on my what are they? Memory crystals?
Yeah.
Unforgettable crystals. I was gonna see what scenes were in each of the three of them, if any.
Right. Two of them seem to already have a scene in them, and then one of them seems like a new one or a blank one or something. You're not sure. But once you sort of realize how to activate them, you place it on the ground and activate it on the wall, kind of next to you. Then it seems to be this projection of what looks to be an elven child of really young age, like 15, 20 for elven child. And they're kind of unwrapping something, which is interesting. But it seems to just linger on them, and then it cuts out entirely. The other one
Movies.
is a quick little kind of conversation of what looks to be between two tieflings. And one of it's hard to make out some of the sound because it's actually a little bit further away, almost as if this is trying to capture maybe a conversation or something, but it's being very stealthy about it and isn't sort of optimally situated. And you kind of just can barely make out some of the conversation about a deal that my ancestors made for a gateway into the hottest of the hot. And then it cuts off.
Do I recognize the voices at all?
Give me a history check, let's say.
Giving myself guidance. And it's early in the day, but I will blow the sorcery point to try to make that one better.
Sure.
$17.
It's interesting. The tieflings are both quite young, a little younger than you, almost probably teenagers. But you recognize one of the laughs. The one that wasn't speaking kind of gave a slight chuckle. Actually, it sounded a lot like an uncle of yours, your father's brother. You don't recognize the one speaking, but you do kind of remember that odd sort of chuckle who wasn't around long in your life. And it's odd that you kind of remember that chuckle more than a lot of your childhood still. But yeah, that feels right. Could be wrong, but that's kind of the gist you get from it.
I think that would scan for me, and that also. So just to be clear, they seem like they are in like their teens.
Yes.
Yeah, just because Charity's in his mid-30s, so.
Right. Yeah.
I was like,
so this is definitely a while, like a long time ago.
And then if that was my uncle, that would sort of position it back to, oh, okay, that's then sufficiently far back then. Okay. Interesting.
Where did Charity get those crystals again?
Just
At Crater
found
Jam's
them.
Weird Things.
Yo.
Here in town, yeah, okay.
And remember, Crater Jams was kind of filled with a lot of things that should have been sealed away, given to Formidian. And over the years, laziness sort of piled up a lot of stuff there.
And with the elvish child, sorry, again, you were saying like 15 to 20. Did you mean that in like human time span? Like
No.
Okay, so
Right, like
it was the
elven
equivalent of
stuff.
like a 4 or 5 year old human.
Yes, exactly.
And they were just unwrapping something, and did I recognize them? What type of elf were they?
They were high elf, and something about the clothing makes you feel like it also was a long time ago.
Okay, so both of these feel like they're antiquated.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. For the record, which crystal has the... We don't even need to specify like which color it is, but Charity would not record over the one that has the conversation with the 2 tieflings.
Okay. Yeah. Feel free to pick whatever one you want then that to be.
Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly which colors they were.
Amber, red, and green, I believe.
Yeah, so we'll say that the amber one has the conversation with the 2 tieflings.
Okay.
And if I ever say amber, I have just forgotten that I was specifying I wasn't using that one. And if we say
I'll
that
definitely double check. Yeah.
the green one has the elf child, I would try to, and just so that you know, if I was only recording one thing, I would be trying to use the one that currently has nothing on it.
Sounds
And
good.
then if I needed to, I would record over the elf child before the tieflings.
All right. Perfect. So you did that maybe just right away in the morning. The rest of you have started to kind of pack your things. Dawn Protector definitely comes up to the front, knocks on the door, and has a giant, a pretty large traveling pack on her as well. Ready? Are we ready?
Yeah. Just about. We just had kind of a late night because Hikari swapped bodies with the bear or something.
I heard there was some weirdness there with that.
Yeah, but we're about ready. Also, I didn't mention this to y'all because I don't know, we got distracted or I got distracted. I get distracted a lot. But this ring I have. Do you see my ring? This ring? Do you see? You see the ring? Yeah. Okay. Good. So I can make me and all of us look like ghostly undead creatures to other undead with this, which is fucking cool, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's metal.
Right? And it will make them not auto attack us. And they'll talk to us. So I don't know, just something to keep in mind. I can never remember how much I can say about places we're going or what y'all know about the Formidian and how much I can say about it. Because I'm really bad at remembering rules. But but anyway, something to keep in mind.
Do we understand generally that basically like Israk gave the process of Eterana to the Goliaths to protect? Did Israk expect that they would basically outsource that job to Formidian?
Yes. Yeah.
That was part of the
knew
plan.
Right. He knew that these people had a way of hiding away things from this kind of plane of existence.
Okay.
Yeah.
He may not have known exactly how much he knew exactly about what that deal entailed. It is a little bit more difficult, but
like
generally he seemed to kind of know the whole deal.
Because the Israk in the box,
yeah,
the sort of simulacrum of Israk that was left there, the Israk AI, essentially is based off of a younger Israk who didn't seem to know all of the things that had then happened. So it would probably follow from that the older Israk, knowing that this was the deal with the Goliaths, was like, here, go hide this in your undead god safe.
Yeah. Okay, interesting.
The person in the box also talked the memory, just this is just mostly for Stormbringer, but the memory also mentioned a woman who was barefoot and walked into their camp and seemed to be very curious about that deal that they made. And then
we've
that's kind of
heard do we know when timeline-wise Ryn was here last? And if that timeline syncs up around, like it was around that time probably that the deal got made?
it's hard to say because Goliaths don't even exactly know kind of how long ago that was. It was the first chief of the mountain tribe, Deathkeeper, who made that deal. And then how long it's been since then is a little hard to imagine, but Ryn was hundreds of years ago.
Okay. Because we heard something about her like fucking wandering around barefoot or something, right? Am I just saying that because that sounds like something a goddess would do? And I know there's also, you gave me this story with notes on it, but I am actually Stormbringer, so I can't make sense of it at all. But I don't know if other people have that in their inventory also, because that references a barefoot woman, because whoever I got the book from was taking notes on it. It was like, the barefoot woman is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this doesn't mean anything to me. Note taker.
A couple of the notes were yours growing up with this book, and then you had gotten the book from your father.
Okay.
So maybe them?
Yeah.
All right.
Burbage would, before we head out, would ask Charity, so what, so I attuned to this ring last night, this dwarven ring of spell storing. There was one spell stored in it, and I went ahead and cast that, and I think it was just like sort of an image of a kind-looking dwarf sort of waved to me in the night. It was kind of interesting. Anyway, so now I've got how many slots in it, Andy? 3?
I think
5. If it's a normal
5?
spell storing ring,
I believe it.
you can store 5 spells levels worth of spells. So that could be 1/5. Again, if it's the standard way of spell storing ring, it's like 1/5 level spell or 5 first levels, or
up to 5 levels worth of spells. Yep.
Oh, damn. So how does that work? So like when somebody casts a spell into it, does that use a spell slot of theirs?
Theirs, yes.
So we really should have done
so you do it now so that you don't, but you do, if you do it now, then you'll have it for the future.
But I would also say, and I don't know Andy's plan, but like, I would say that this would be a thing that I assume Charity roughly understands how rings of spell storing works.
Yeah, well, once he figured out what it was, that makes sense.
Oh, that's true. And he figured out because he is attuned to it, so he knows how it works. Yeah. I don't know exactly what we're doing, and I figure we're probably going to hit break pretty soon, but I would say that that's a good thing that Charity, I feel like, and any of the other casters in the party could talk to Burbage about, so we don't have to do this above, so we don't have to necessarily role play all of this, but of like what types of spells we have access to that we could give Burbage to store in the ring.
And Burbage kind of think about, do you want like a defensive spell, offensive spell? Do you want like a Revivify in there just on hand to, save someone, kind of think about what you want. And
well, and like, I mean,
can help you.
What's the limitation on, so like, for example, could Charity cast Family's Flame into the
That's
ring?
a 7th level spell.
Yeah.
So
Too high
it
of a
exceeds
level.
it.
Yeah.
But you could cast a spell into the ring that like would affect somebody else, and then I could release it from the ring onto somebody else in the party.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
So basically, what happens is I put the spell in the ring, or someone else puts the spell. Caster puts the spell in the ring. The person wearing the ring activates the spell, and they at that time pick the targets, pick the location. It's like it, like if I put fireball into it, when you cast it, you would pick, oh, I want it over there, etc. But the really important thing, and one of the reasons why I've also often been saying I cast, importantly, it mechanically and above the table, it uses the caster's stats when they cast it, not yours.
Okay.
I have a 22 in my casting stat and am a higher level. So like, for example, my spell saves, if I'm forcing someone to try to make a save, is a 19. It's difficult to evade my spell effects.
Well, that's cool. So we'll figure that out.
Sure.
And say that the characters kind of figured it out. The only other thing Burbage would want to do before leaving town would he would want to find Sea Promise.
Right. Sea Promise, Balin, Sir Benaventura, Elder Brain Crusher, all of basically your friends that you've met in this town are coming to kind of see you off as well.
Right, and by Balin, yeah, that's kind of Burbage is going to miss Balin. Balin. Hey, do you want to come along with us on this adventure?
Oh, no.
All right. Well, it's great seeing you
That
again.
sounds really dangerous.
Yeah, it's super
No, I think I'm
dangerous.
gonna stick around here.
Hey, Balin, do you remember when you were kidnapped by the Gnolls and we rescued you?
Yeah, I tried not to.
Right, that was traumatic, right? Remember? All
Yep.
right. Anyway, great to see you, Balin. Bubbly Petunia, interesting getting to know you. Hey, Sea Promise, how about this? Sea Promise? Sea Promise Run? Run Promise Run.
Don't actually run anywhere.
Are you done? Was that it? The joke? Because it's quite good.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. All right.
Charity will give Sir Benaventura. I can't remember if we ever specified it. I know we specified it like out of game that was the plan, but the sort of double encoded his particular thieves can't to
Speak to
Aideen,
Aideen. Yeah.
so that he can and tell him again. The town of Cliff Mill, Aideen Greygust. She should already know you're coming, and then this letter should help explain the circumstances of your arrival to her and cover much of what we talked about.
He nods and carefully sort of puts it in a pouch, then clasps like your hand in the air and squeezes hard. Be careful out there, all of you.
And actually, at this, Charity's going to stop for a second, and he's going to pull out the red crystal and tell Benaventura how to activate it. And he goes, "You gave me gifts for your family. I cannot promise I will be able to deliver them, nor can I promise that I will be able to deliver this. But you can take this, activate it in this way, and they will be able to see and hear you, a message of up to 5 minutes. I can show it to them if I find them.
Oh,
I will leave you for a few minutes to do that."
if you don't mind, yes, thank you. And he'll actually kind of step back inside the lodging here and do that real quick. And then Stormbringer, as you're closing the door and seeing a decent amount of the town kind of gather to see you all off, you take a deep breath and you're going to miss this place. It felt oddly comfortable. Even while there was some danger here, it felt like home. Maybe not quite a family, but it felt nice to have all of your friends and family here now. You're not sure when you'll be back exactly, or under what state this town will be in when you get back.
It's a bit ominous.
just
Knowing
gonna-
that perhaps what you're about to do is going to leave their perhaps main defense out
Yeah.
of commission. Yeah.
I'm gonna, before we leave, grab Thuck. Brain Crusher.
Brain Crusher. Yep.
Grab Brain Crusher and just reiterate, just go to Cliff Mill, okay? It's safe there, and I mean, remember everything I said yesterday, because I sure don't, because that was 2 weeks ago. But I remember I warned you to go to Cliff Mill because shit's gonna get dicey here.
We will keep this in mind. Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, if you all die, I'm gonna be really fucking annoyed. And it's gonna be like real fucking death this time because I'm dealing with this shit. So,
Don't worry about us. We are quite hardy.
are you taking me seriously?
I'm taking you very seriously. And don't worry about us.
Okay,
Incidentally,
go to Cliff Mill.
Wait, what would you say at the end there? I missed it.
Said, okay, go to Cliff Mill.
Gotcha.
Charity, if he's caught any of this in like the last couple of days, would also hand Elder Brain Crusher probably also a small sealed letter for Aideen.
Okay, sure.
Just sort of detailing a little bit of their circumstances, a very different tenor of letter from Sir Beneventura's, because I will 100% say that the letter that he gave Beneventura to hand to Aideen essentially says, this is what happened, this isn't, I believe this, feel free to test this man.
Sure.
Do
Gotcha,
what you think you need to do. With them, it's more that try not to let them get into too many brawls with people because other people will lose badly.
Right on.
They're good people. They punch real hard.
All right.
I wanted
yeah.
to do something
Please.
before. So after Bubbly Petunia comes back out and has recorded his message and has that whole like heartfelt moment and shit. Then I want to slather my hand in some kind of greasy viscera from
As you
one
do.
of my many pots of things.
Sure.
And I want to stick out my hand to shake and say, put her there.
Oh, this is quite kind of you. Oh, my God.
And I
what?
just want to like shake it and keep holding his hand. And I just want to say,
Oh,
listen, I'm going to give you some advice right now. The happiest I've ever seen you was when you stopped taking yourself so fucking seriously. So maybe relax a little bit too. And then I'll pat him on the cheek with the messy hand.
oh. I mean, this cropped gray hair, the scars, the 60-year-old man in front of you. Oh,
Yeah, I'm defo older than him, so.
indeed. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your levity. I won't forget it.
I'm suddenly picturing Bubbly Petunia as being played by Josh Brolin.
Slightly older Josh Brolin. I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, and that works.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all. Just wanted to do that with him.
All right. He immediately starts to try to wipe it off in the snow, and he's like, oh, it's not coming off. What is this?
Oh yeah, you're gonna need some good soap, and that might be a little hard to come by here. So I wish you luck.
So as you all kind of prepare to leave, and you longingly look at the people that you've spent a few days with and had some ups and downs with, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back in just a little bit. Everyone, manage your fluids. Get some to drink. Go to the bathroom. Take a breather as the general protection of Gunagaim is left behind.
We'll be back in just a few minutes, everybody.
BRB.
BRB. Hello, friends. We have returned from the place of spells and fairies, our restrooms. And now we are back at you, leaving Gunagaim for the foreseeable future. Um, and yeah, and as everyone and the Bear Hikari situation is under wraps at the moment, everyone wakes up in the morning, packs your stuff, does a few things, and starts saying goodbyes to everyone in town. Was there anyone else in town that you wanted to talk to before you left, or are we heading out? Sounds like we're going.
Sorry, I was just. Sam was saying, Andy, you kept cutting out and you weren't for me. So I don't know why that would be true for stream.
That's odd. Am I still cutting out?
I mean, you never have been for me, so I can't answer that question.
How about now, Galway?
Anywho, anything else? You can't hear anyone really, actually? Can anyone else in stream verify? Can you hear us?
Yeah, we sound good to ourselves.
Chelsea doesn't seem to be having this problem.
Okay.
All is God. All right, we're now pantheists.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, I think we're ready to just leave. And maybe we could just fast forward to the temple.
Theoretically, yeah.
I have a potion of swiftness. You can walk 10 extra feet for an hour. I think we can get there really quickly.
Actually, would be.
I think like 3 days away or something.
You are 2 days, yes, 2 days walk, and it's over pretty rough terrain, so it's you're not taking horses at the moment. At least it's generally like you can take them, but you're gonna have to leave them again somewhere. So.
What if I summon my Minotaur and we ride him? I think that's definitely what he intended this to be used for.
In my limited interactions with him, I would 100% say no.
It's
That is
also
not what
a
he was going for.
Minotaur. Man, you shouldn't ride Minotaurs. They're bipedal and yeah, no, he's a Gorgon.
Wait, what if a Minotaur offered me a piggyback ride?
I mean, I guess that'd be okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
So you leave Gunagaim proper. You're heading back up the hill. The horns have been sounded so that the cloud above becomes almost see-through it from this angle. But then as you start to get up into the cloud, into the fog itself, you kind of get that eerie feeling being watched. You start to see kind of shapes dashing in and out of the fog.
Can I pull out my lantern?
Yes?
Just 100% giving them the finger as we're walking.
Right.
The lantern of revealing, not just like a regular old dingus lantern.
Sounds good. So as maybe just sort of these dark shapes pass in front of the lantern light itself, you see faces of Goliaths almost looking concerned and then darting away back into the mist.
The ones
these are like your ancestors and stuff.
Mine? Yeah. Yeah. Right? Because we learned all that stuff about Formidian that I think that's definitely stuff I can't say. I don't know. Fuck. Anyway. Yeah, these are my dead ancestors, but they're kind of like not dead, right? That's why they're in the fog.
Thank you to the ones of you who grabbed the voice. Those of you who grabbed me, fuck y'all.
And as you're making your way through the cloud, Stormbringer, you hear a voice from the mist around you. Vithy.
Yeah.
Figure kind of dark and cloudy, but you can almost make out your mother's face in it. Stands next to you.
Hey. What's up? You were in my brain a little bit ago.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was weird. So it wasn't you?
Pieces of me are with you, always.
In my brain?
In your heart, your brain, your muscles. Sure.
Wow. That sounds dangerous.
I imagine it is. Whoa. Bark. So I believe I know where you're heading.
Yeah, you were a chief. You can say the things, right? You can say all those words and I can say them too. And
Yes, a bit of an unspoken language you and I have now.
right, unspoken.
Be careful. This is what you were made for. This kind of thing, to protect those around you. Protect all of us. Break this very, very bad deal that was made.
Yeah. That's the goal.
If you see your father, tell him I'll help him find his way.
Is he not in the cloud with you? I thought he was just like, I don't know, busy.
He didn't pass here in Gunagai. I'm not
So
sure where he is.
he didn't get burned?
Not here. No.
Oh, shit.
Jeez.
Fuck. Okay.
So, goodbye. This may be the last time we can talk like this. But again, I'm here.
Yeah,
Here.
and you're in my brain. Yeah. Talk to me in my brain. Dad does that too. Is he in my brain?
All those that came before you are with you right now.
Okay. I don't really understand, but cool. Yeah, I'll look out for, I guess, like, zombie dad. Shit. Yeah.
I know that you and I never had the most fun or light of relationships, and I just wanted to say I tried very, very hard to make you into the perfect Goliath.
Yeah, I didn't really appreciate that. It was pretty shitty. Yeah.
I just want to say that I have since delighted most in seeing you be anything but a Goliath. Everything that you've gained outside of Gunagaim, everything that you've learned from your friends that's special. And I'm sorry I didn't quite recognize that.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess I've grown a lot. And it's nice that you've been somehow able to see me grow even though you were in the cloud, I thought.
I'm tied to this world for the moment, yes. And I, every once in a while, can glimpse those who are close to me. Anyway, good luck. Be careful. Take care of those around you. They'll do the same. Trust in your friends.
I do. Yeah.
That one Clem is very funny. I like listening to her when she comes to visit. Pass that on, would you?
Sure. Yeah, I'll tell her.
Goodbye, Vithi.
Bye, Mom. Hopefully you'll see me
Stormbringer.
soon.
Oh, that's funny. Look, there's a Stormbringer right here. And she kind of motions toward the ground up ahead of you a little bit.
Huh?
These flowers that grow sometimes, my mother called them Stormbringers. Because, and she picks it, seems like there's always a bit of trouble coming when they're around.
Is that a fucking doom lily?
And she
Andy,
hands a doom lily to you.
Oh.
And now you see up ahead, the
No,
path is lined
I don't,
with doom lilies.
I don't want that. Fuck.
Lena, your character all along has been named after a doom lily.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So wait, we all see a bunch of doom lilies?
Barely through the fog up ahead of you, lining your path as you're leaving.
They do something or
Fuck.
They're the flower that keeps popping up when bad things are happening. They're
okay.
warnings. They're omens. The
Got it.
lore is a little odd, but
They're edible.
Nah.
evidently
Not really.
you can technically talk to them. But
Incidentally, I think Darce's mic might be physically muted at the moment because I saw their thing lighting up, but I was only hearing them in the background of your audio.
did you mute?
I pushed it,
Okay, one
but
second.
it was-
Hey, everybody.
Cool.
There was a question in chat earlier. Oh, it was about the family's breakfast preferences.
Hello, hello.
Yep,
Hey,
can
we
hear.
can hear you.
I think Debbie had some really good guesses.
Every family member's
for
favorite
those.
breakfast. Go.
But I think your webcam is. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canonically,
Weird.
Stormbringer favors floppy bacon,
Floppy bacon, yep.
and Charity, yes, is bacon, eggs, oatmeal, and a cup of tea, and hopefully not having someone trying to kill him directly at breakfast. That's aspirational, though. Honestly, he gets the full breakfast more often than that.
I definitely think Burbage likes, yes, syrup slathered pancakes, waffles, French toast, all those things.
Now I'm just like picturing Burbage doing the man cake emote from Fortnite, just like pouring syrup over himself.
Nice.
All right. So, Stormbringer, then as you sort of turn to leave again, you feel kind of two arms firmly around you, and then they kind of vanish and disappear into the mist.
Make
Clem,
a
my
grapple
dad,
check. I'm sorry.
Clem, my dead mom thinks you're funny.
But she's laughing at that grapple check line.
And there's a lot of apparently doom
Oh.
lilies. See all the flowers?
Can you tell your
son of
dead
a-
mom thanks?
She's gone.
Okay, well, thanks.
Also, my dead dad isn't in the cloud apparently, so maybe look out for a Goliath zombie that looks like me. More
Right.
like me than other Goliaths.
When is the last time we saw doom lilies?
I don't know, but I can search my notes.
I don't know which of the many traumas did they last precede. I mean, it's not like there's a short amount of those in the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Do I know anything about them living in these mountains? Have I seen them before, or
Give
do
me
I
a
know how to
history
use?
check.
Do I like know how to be cool and use them in a meaningful way, or do I just avoid them?
Your teacher
let's-
literally wrote the freaking book on them.
You did, literally, yeah. Go ahead and, yeah. Give me a history.
Does this count as an alchemical object?
No.
Ugh, fine.
We saw a doom lily lost at Izrak's place, but he had one in a case. It wasn't like one that was just random.
Did the Bavarian Ravagers tell us about
Their
something
house
about?
got covered in doom lilies.
Okay, so we heard about them there.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, 13, Clem. You remember that Siren would talk about them, and mostly he talked about how kind of overblown the myths were surrounding them. They were certainly odd things that seemed to bloom nearly instantly when you weren't looking, and seem to kind of be intelligent, he thought. But that's really all you, kind of remember.
I'll tell you that my teacher / mentor / asshole, he thought that the fear of these were a bit overblown, so I've never really paid him much mind. But he also thought they were intelligent, which is weird for a flower, so that's about all I know.
I think our druid, who's now kind of like frozen, tried to talk to them once, and I don't know. I don't think it went
Didn't
very
go great.
good.
Neither did Burbage eating them.
Yeah.
Also, Seamus, book on Doom Lilies, please.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Hold on a second. Yeah, here it is. Oh. And he kind of spits up the
Thank
book.
you. Here's a book on Doom Lilies you can read. Your asshole wrote it?
Oh, fantastic. No.
So, like, the last time we saw Doom Lilies, like, in person, besides at Isric's place, it was when the cave we were in, we stepped out and there was just a fucking field of Doom Lilies. I think that's maybe when Vimeris also tried to talk to them. I'm not sure.
No, he tried
No.
talking to the Doom Lily at Wilfred's Faravan.
But
That was-
nothing super
that was-
bad happened, like, right after that.
It was
Not
after
right.
the Emerald Falls.
Right, I remember this. You know why? Because it was right around that time we saw the Doom Lilies outside the cave. It was right after the Emerald Falls. I seem to recall going on some kind of rant, inviting and encouraging us to have a family
Yeah.
orgy.
Yeah, I have in my notes, Burbage is, like, super horny or something, question mark?
And it's so interesting that memory would come up so organically right now, seeing as how this is going to end up being podcast episode season 2, episode 69.
Great, but we're still not having an orgy.
And you're still
Right,
doing
yeah.
that thing where you're suddenly talking about just really random shit, Burbage. Also, I'm pretty sure that shortly after that, we came out of the cave. One, if the entire thing about Burbage propositioning us into orgies wasn't the bad thing from the Doom Lilies, which, to be fair, could have been.
That's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure shortly after that, we did get to Cliff Mill, and Cliff Mill version 1 was not great.
Right, and I guess that is then when Vimeris turned into ice.
Vimeris did say it smelled kind of dank and moldy a little bit, almost like a cave. Or I don't know if he actually said that out loud. I told him that.
Not in my notes.
Then never mind. Whatever. Anyway, well, as you've now completely left the cloud, you hear kind of a distant horn blast. The cloud is entirely like that almost like fog on a water look again. And you are out in the elements. It is intensely cold, though only a few clouds in the sky. Why doesn't someone give me a D20 for your day's journey? Just a random D20 roll.
As a note, is this a thing where guidance would matter at all? It's not a skill check?
Nope.
Okay,
Just
it's
a
just a
1 through
result.
20.
I just want to
Yep.
make sure.
Yep, good call, yeah.
I rolled an 18.
Giant
18.
ape rolled an 18.
Okay. As you continue up into the mountains, the clouds part. It is a very clear day, and in fact feels a little warmer than it has been lately. It is not unbearably cold at the moment. It is actually a little pleasant, cold, but comparatively, it's a little nicer. The sun is out. It's a very clear day. It's because Stormbringer and Dawn Protector have kind of an innate knowledge of where this place is. You travel very quickly throughout the day, and you have no setbacks whatsoever. So you probably, it's getting toward evening. Unless you had conversations along the way or you wanted to talk about anything, feel free at this point to do that. But otherwise, we'll hit a camp.
I feel like most of the conversations between Burbage and Charity for the day would just be Charity like briefly describing the spells that he knows how to cast. Like, all right, so this one heals us. This one hurts other people. There's going to be a lot in that second category. Just a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of hurting. I've seen you hurt people with all these cool spells. Like, I've seen you do fireball, I think. Right, that's one, right? That's a big fireball. And what's the one where you sort of have do you have sort of like a sword that kind of like floats out and does your bidding?
Oh, spiritual weapon? Yeah, it's a glaive for me. It's
Oh,
in
it's
fact
a
actually the
glaive.
glaive that Stormbringer wields, that looks like it's had shillelagh cast on it as well.
The Oni's glaive?
Mhm.
Oh. All right, okay. Cool. And then the healing, that sounds kind of boring if you ask me.
Yeah, I got something neat that you can have a whole bunch of sparkling fire around somebody and make them easier to hit and see.
Oh, is that you cast that on the stone giants back when we were rescuing Dawn Protector?
I did. I may not do a lot of damage, but I help a lot with seeing things to hit.
Yeah, what's that one called?
It's called Fairy Fire.
Oh, I like that one. That one's good. Yeah, you can cast that into this ring tonight, as when we go to sleep.
Sure.
So, decisions on that? Did you make it or?
Yeah. So I think it's going to be because Fairy Fire is level 1, right? And the ring stores 5 levels worth of spells. And then so we talked a little bit during the break. I think spiritual weapon at level 4 would be really cool. So that and Fairy Fire will be in the Dwarven Ring of Spell Storing.
Excellent. All right, so go ahead and mark those spell slots off. And would you like to set watch or it's still fairly cold enough?
No, I think we're just going to fall asleep in the middle of the wilderness, just entirely everyone asleep simultaneously. Because we've never played D&D with you before, Andy.
I will say that the weather is bad enough. It's still cold enough that intense and with a fire is your best bet of getting a good night's sleep.
And I think that we can set a full camp, unlike trying to sort of stealth camp it.
Sure.
But I think we'd still probably keep watches. I'm trying to think. We have Dawn Protector with us as well, so there's 6 of us.
Yeah.
Which still isn't enough to double all the watches. But
Do you do 3 watches or 4?
2 hour 4 watches at 2 hours each, I think, is everyone gets a long rest.
Yeah. So I don't know. Charity would volunteer to take the first watch, maybe alongside someone.
Any takers?
Yeah, I'll watch it with you.
All right. So Clem and Charity, go ahead and give me perception checks as you are sitting around the campfire and the rest of your friends are intense.
My perception's +4. What's yours?
Yours is better than mine.
Okay,
So have me help you and have guidance.
Yeah, go for it. With advantage, then.
Also, because I forgot to do it the first time I did it. Guidance, a cantrip that makes you and your friends better at things. Use it early, use it often.
So 18 with the
18?
guidance.
All right.
Actually, we're going to fucking sleep, so I'll just use a flash of genius and make it a 23 for shits and giggles.
Good old Shiggles.
Interesting.
Let's just see what I see.
Whole new world.
We're not going to sleep, are we? I'm gonna best
Just
spend all this.
rolling something real quick. Okay. So as you're kind of just briefly talking a little bit around the campfire, keeping an eye out every once in a while, kind of going up on the little hill next to where you've made camp to kind of look around. A couple times during your watch, you hear rocks sliding down off of a mountain. You're in a very rocky area, and so this isn't an incredibly random occurrence. But it did happen kind of twice within a couple hours, so it made you feel a little weird about it.
There's some sliding rocks. I'm not sure what it is, but I just keep hearing them.
I'll also say that when Andy straight up started that sentence, I thought he meant like there were giant birds sliding down the
Same.
mountain. Now that's what I was like.
Same.
Yeah. This is above the caster's pay grade. So it's just sort of from a ridge up near us, or
Right.
And I don't
Yeah,
see him, or I just hear him.
Not sliding down like into anyone here. You've made camp at a good spot.
Does it remind me of when the stone or the giant that we saw was rolling rocks down?
Not necessarily. These are much smaller than the sort of boulders that they were throwing and casting.
Y'all, I think this is obviously just Andy's take on the movie Sliding Doors. So now Charity gets
Sliding
to
rocks.
role play a whole alternate reality where he never got caught up in the family's business.
And Clem is played by Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes, exactly.
if I never got caught up in the family's business, how is Clem in the scene?
Well, that's what's interesting about the movie.
Yeah.
You're the one sliding all the rocks down the mountain to attack us.
Whoa.
Okay, how far away is this ridge?
It's 150, 200 feet that you keep hearing some rocks kind of fall off of.
Hey, maybe we just encourage people to keep an eye on that. Generally.
Yeah,
Yay.
that seems smart.
Who's next?
I can go next.
Okay.
Burbage will keep watch with Akari.
All right.
And then we'll relate to them that over that way, and Clem probably knows even more precisely, just generally watch that. Scream if something tries to murder us.
Perception
Sounds
checks
good.
then, friends.
Can you perception?
Do you want to
check
make
for
it
me?
individually or together?
Um,
Akari probably helping Burbage would be the most efficient. So.
Yeah.
Burbage, do it with advantage.
How did it? It just insisted on being a damn 21.
You just want to do the
30.
I mean,
We'll do 21 and 21. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Like,
We'll do 21. But it was 21's good. So, yeah, you. At one point, Burbage, you almost feel like you hear some kind of voices on the wind,
oh, good.
but they're gone. Nothing else. That's it.
What direction is the wind blowing from?
It's from it changes during your watch from just a straight from the west to kind of northwest-ish.
And which direction was did they warn about the rocks?
That ridge was just to the north, a little northwest.
Yeah. So, Akari. Message cantrip. Akari. I think there's somebody out there.
Message cantrip Burbage. Why? Sincerely, Hikari.
Message cantrip. Dearest Akari, I received your last message cantrip with bated breath. The journey to the Temple of Formidian has been long and hard. They have me keeping
That's
watch.
where it cuts off. That only goes so far.
There's a limit to it?
Yeah. It's at least 6 seconds of dialogue.
Oh, I see. All right, then I'll send another message to Kendra because I heard some voices on the wind coming in the direction where they heard the sliding rocks.
Do you think that we should go check it out?
I
Or do you
mean,
think
what is the point of keeping watch if not to handle situations like this while everybody else gets to sleep?
true? I feel like we should just maybe go look. Maybe we could sneakily look.
Yeah, let's sneak along, and while we sneak along, we can also just have a conversation. Like,
Sure.
what was it like being a bear?
I don't know. It was like I could think like myself, but I was a bear and I couldn't talk. But for a minute, it felt like, I don't know, like it felt really good. Like I felt really wild and I just kind of wanted to claw things, but I don't know. And I
Wild?
just felt like myself, but as a bear.
Did you feel wilder than you normally do?
Yeah, like I kind of wanted to like claw all your faces off. I don't know, it was really weird, but it felt great.
That's gnarly. Okay. Do you think, did anything like that ever happen to you in any of your past lives?
I don't know. What is the percentage of me becoming since I bite?
Biting.
Although I
like
thought you had to be bitten.
You've never been a were individual before.
I have never been a were individual before.
Is that what the understanding of the situation is? That you're aware bear?
Well, it was a full moon last night, I noticed. And this has never happened to me before. But I don't know, I've been feeling a little weird since I bit Arbin. Like I felt a little like in my stomach. I don't know. I feel like that little fucker gave me werebear.
Arbin.
You should go get tested.
He certainly should have disclosed that. I think that would be the ethical thing to do.
I know, because I mean, anyone could bite you at any time.
Oh, all right. Let's get real sneaky now. And
why don't you both give me stealth checks?
Okie doke.
That's a crit hit from Burbage.
Did you have advantage?
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I have advantage with Supreme Sneak.
Cool.
And a 10 from Hikari.
I knew it.
I knew it. I probably fell over like a bunch of cans that were laying nearby.
You also slip a little bit and kind of tumble some rocks down as you're making your way kind of in this weird jaggedy path toward the edge of this cliff. You kind of clear a few trees and you see kind of a valley dip out in front of you, lit by the moon. It's kind of beautiful, but you don't see any people around right now. And you're being quite stealthy. So give me a perception check again from both of you. Or double up with Burbage. 25. Burbage, yeah, whatever it was. You just don't hear anything around you at the moment. You feel pretty confident. Just
That the
kind of
camp
weird
gets
mountain noises.
ambushed.
You what?
Then the camp gets ambushed because they walked away.
Back to everyone sleeping helplessly around the campfire.
No.
No, you're good. You don't go too far from camp. You make it back, and nothing happening.
Well,
Sorry, I keep
Hikari-
interrupting everybody with jokes tonight.
No, it's
I don't
great.
mean
You're good. You're good.
Well, Kari, I got to say, thank you for not clawing our faces off. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't do it, but I mean, if it was like an enemy or just like someone being a dick or something, think of the possibilities.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to turn into a bear again the next time there's a full moon?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe it was a one time, like maybe it was something I ate, but I don't know. I still think it was Arbin. For some reason, I just know. I think I will. Who knows? Who knows these things?
Fascinating. All right, shall we wake up Stormbringer?
Yeah.
Do you want to tackle her with me? It would only be fair because she and I tried to tackle you.
True. Yeah, I say let's go on.
Wait, hold on. Ah! I'm having sort of like a thought of like something like maybe we shouldn't tackle our sleeping friend? Like, oh, it hurts. It's like some sort of, what is this? It's some sort of inhibition. Is that what this
I don't
is?
know, but you're talking nonsense.
No, there's some sort of like reluctance to do an action that I initially wanted to do. What is this?
Did you eat something weird?
Maybe I did. Well, I did. Arbin did fuck me, so who knows what that did to me.
True.
All right. Well, let's just wake her up calmly, right?
That doesn't make sense to me, but all right.
I was gonna say, Akari's not the partner that is going to talk you down from this. But anyway, you wake up Stormbringer in a normal fashion. And Stormbringer, go ahead and give me a perception check. They relay everything that they saw and heard. 15. All right. It's pretty quiet out. At first, you think you hear something moving, and you kind of climb up the hill just a little bit, and you see sort of two deer in the night trying to make their way down into the valley.
Cool. So I'll wake up Dawn Protector for the last watch then.
All right. Dawn Protector awakes, and I shall roll perception. Cool. Okay. In the morning, Dawn Protector wakes all of you up. Doesn't seem to be any disturbances. They didn't hear anything in the night. And you are ready to travel another day. You could probably get to the Twilight Temples by nightfall, you think? And that's up to you. But on the next day's travel, someone give me a D20 roll.
I'll do. 14.
14. All right. A 14. Okay. You, as you're making your way now down off some of the cliffs into this rather large valley below you, you hear, it almost felt like you heard a horn blast at some point somewhere far away.
Like in the
definitely didn't sound like,
direction
yeah, it
the-
didn't sound like the Goliath direct from the Gunagaim or the same kind of horn. Something kind of low maybe, and it's so far away it's hard to tell, but it was to the north a ways.
That would be the way we're going.
You're heading south. Yeah, you're heading south, sort of southwest.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it gets really, really cloudy then, and it almost looks like it's going to rain, but doesn't quite. And in fact, it feels a little warmer today even than yesterday. Your travel is pretty calm. And how far would you like to go with today's travel? Do you want to try to reach the temples by nightfall, or do you want to camp before you get there?
I feel like maybe like showing up at temples that we know have to do with undead things at nightfall is just like maybe not like the smartest move we could ever make. So maybe we should just, take a breather and I don't know, what are you all thinking?
It might make sense if we could stop, maybe like an hour away, roughly, or something in that range, so that we think it would be pretty easy to get to it in the morning, but we wouldn't have to exert ourselves too much to get there, but also, yeah, not getting to the land of undeath just in time to take a nap.
Dawn Protector says there's like kind of an old oak tree that is sort of bent and gnarled into the shape of a throne that's probably like 5 miles or so from our destination. I've never gone beyond that, but that is the place that we leave the items which we want hidden. So, and that's not far away. That's maybe 5 miles or so from the place.
Excuse? There's an oak tree shaped like a throne, and that's where you leave the items.
Yes.
For the undead god thing to hide.
I don't exactly know undead. That doesn't. Whatever. That doesn't really. I don't know what he is, but the items are taken and hidden, and
you're not suggesting we camp by that, right?
That's up to you. I was just letting you know that there's sort of a landmark.
I thought we were getting a suggestion to go camp by the drop box for the God of Secrets.
No, let's not be presents for the god. Yeah, for camp.
So yeah, we can camp maybe about a mile away from that, and then we'll be able to make our way to the land of secrets and zombies, probably.
A couple hours further down into a valley, there's like a thick forest now at this point, kind of the last little bit here. But yeah, you then make your way to about 6 miles out or so, and find a spot to camp for the night. Same rotations as the night before?
Sure.
All right, Charity Clem, give me perception checks.
I think we're giving you advantage and guidance.
Sure.
Okay. So that's a 27, and are you flash of geniusing?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Let's make it a 32.
It's a fresh day at least, so yeah.
Yeah, let's make it a 32, Andy.
A 32. Yeah, you hear crickets and bugs kind of all around you. You're just paying attention to the crickets to see if any of them stop their cricketing for a moment. And they don't. They're just doing their thing. It doesn't seem like anything is around you.
The crickets are like real loud here.
Though about an hour and a half into your watch, you hear Burbage. And he says, "I don't think I want to, Mummy."
Is it coming from his tent?
It is, yeah. And you hear Stormbringer, no, no, no. And Dawn Protector, who's kind of sleeping by her, kind of wakes up and starts to, she actually is breathing hard herself, and she kind of goes over to Stormbringer and just kind of like pats her on the shoulder a bit. And then all of a sudden there's a light coming from Akari's tent. It's bright and brilliant. And then you hear her, It seems like your friends are having incredibly bad dreams.
Or incredibly good dreams.
Depends on the mode, I suppose.
Does this usually happen with your family?
No, not especially. There was that one time that actually involved undead where we're pretty sure that Stormbringer was turning into a vampire, and she actually was, but we had a long, heartfelt conversation about it, but it wasn't actually Stormbringer. It was a demon that was looking to kill me, probably at the behest of my former boss, but also wasn't really trying to kill me. Kept raving about some guy named Lucian. I have no idea who that is. That was all weird, but that wasn't really a dreamscape. I mean, Burbage has weird-ass dreams all the time, but it Burbage.
Does he yell for his mummy often? Or?
Oh God, no.
No, Mother, come on, one more Charity the Last Warmender story, please.
I would have assumed that if his mother was taking place in nightmares, it was just going to more be a straight memory of their interactions.
Should we wake him up or look around to see if we can see what's going on?
Do I sense the presence of any magics or anything?
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, and can I pull my lantern out?
Sure.
Can Clem help me with the Arcana check? Or actually,
Yeah,
you might be
yeah,
better at
we're-
Arcana than I am.
Oh, that would be fine too.
I don't have proficiency in it. I'm only at a 5.
Okay, I'm at a 6. So, and I'm casting guidance on myself.
Jeez.
Well, it's a nat
Nice.
27.
7 total. All right. It yeah, Charity, it doesn't feel like magic, but you feel it's just evil in the air. It's darkness, it's night that has never been so black around you. And you feel your own heartbeat speed up a bit and your breath kind of catch just a second. It's like this place, it's where you're going. Just everything around you seems a bit charged by it, but it's not a spell, it's not magic. It's like it's deeper, more fundamental.
As Charity feels his like breath catching and like feels that he's gonna say, and almost just stomp his foot, and if you'd allow it again for cinematic effect, the campfire and like if Clem's lantern of revealing is on, those flames will turn silver. There may be darkness here,
yeah.
but I am the light and the flame. You will not have my family.
Okay.
Yeah, did we
There's no
see
answer.
anything with the lantern?
You're looking around with the lantern, you don't see anything. Though it does seem like the crickets are quieter now. And that unnerves you.
The crickets said something's fucky.
The crickets are not what they seem.
But that's it. That's all you sense.
Now I'm nervous to go to sleep. I don't want to have nightmares. I know what visits me in my nightmares.
Oh, goody. This'll be fun. And yeah, I think it was Burbage and Hikari.
Yeah. All right. So you wake up Burbage and Hikari. Burbage is just covered in sweat. Hikari's got a weird little smile on her face, but there's also darkness in the eyes.
I'll tell
Feels
them
weird.
everything we noticed about everybody seeming to have nightmares, and then the evil sense in the air, and the quiet crickets,
Yeah.
and that something's up.
So as watches keep progressing, everyone who tries to sleep is going to have some pretty intense nightmares tonight. Just real quick, if we could go around, what are your nightmares? Let's start with Stormbringer. What did you dream about?
Don't start with me.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say you weren't looking at the cams,
Questions like that.
and she was like,
No problem. Let's start with Burbage. What did you dream about?
The lesser nightmares would be like related to his mother and feeling kind of unfairly treated by his mother and kind of left out of like family stuff and secrets as a child. And then like the more intense nightmares would definitely involve the night that he watched Eldon burst into flames in front of him after he stole the ring. But yeah, it would peak with like probably that blurring into like seeing Theodric and first Arben maybe like bursting into flames and being unable to help, and then the same thing happening to Theodric.
Okay. Akari, what did you have nightmares about?
Mine would probably just basically be having to do with like me just living and living and living and everyone around me turning old and like crumbling into dust and like new people coming up and that happening and I just stay the same. That.
Okay. Charity, what about you?
I think sort of going off of the model that Adam used, the early ones will almost, they're going to center on a somewhat shadowy figure and just this sense of fear. And I think that over the course of them, it solidifies into being Black Palm, of that Charity realizes that he is just remembering the horrible things that his father did and made him do. And then it's going to progress into almost in the same thing that you did of like the Darkest Goats timeline of the like imagining Behelit being like, you need to kill Burbage, and Charity going, okay. And just a lot of this of Nen serving as essentially this dread left hand of Behelit. And then I think at the very end of it and feeling like this is just, it's almost subsiding, there's just going to be a progression of like Vimeris looking at him like, you let me die because you're a monster and that's all you'll be. And Aideen, you are a monster and that's all you'll ever be. And it's just everyone telling him this is what you are. You cannot be something else. And I would also say that Charity probably wakes up from them sobbing, not panting.
Sure, yeah.
Oh man, now I wish I'd gotten more psychological with mine.
You ruined yours. You're fine. Charity set the bar, Clem. What are you gonna do?
Well,
it's not a
so
competition.
with mine, I've got no. I think I thought of two things. Sorry, my camera is nice and behind my voice.
Good.
One I think would be from my time in working with Ryn and just, but not like what actually happened, but like just in dealing with necromancy and all of the mistakes that happened therein and the like horrible, like fucked up bodies and people and other things that are brought back and shouldn't have been and other stuff, and just like constant writhing moans and screaming of beings that should no longer exist. And also just thinking about a timeline in which I didn't run away into the mountains, and that the continuing like push for the war effort and things like that, and that the things that I made and crafted and created were used as like horrible weapons to decimate cities and destroy like swaths of people in a single thing, and just kind of looking over that and watching like children burning to death as mothers cried on and stuff, and that kind of fun stuff.
Oof.
Yeah. And Stormbringer, what about you?
I mean, just like nightmares about
the family dying, and especially Burbage dying because he's so squishy and easy to die. And about like coming back to Gunaheim. I should know the name. I think it's Gunaheim.
Gunaheim, yep.
Gunaheim. And like finding everybody dead instead of in Cliffmel, and just not being able to protect anybody, even though she tries.
I have a correction to make to mine because
Fair enough.
I realized I said Arbin, I meant Avery.
Oh, that does.
I was kind of wondering.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, we're really transpositing Arbin in time.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but
And
like
fondness.
Arbin is what is nothing. It's the two A names, so
Yeah, you're
it's Avery and Theodric. Yeah.
right on. Yeah. So honestly, each of you kind of wakes up. You're barely talking through breakfast. You're all sort of just deep in your heads about the nightmares. Dawn Protector as well, and you slowly kind of all just know breakfast is done. It's time to get everything around again. You pack up the tents, you pack up your bags, and you set off toward the Twilight Temples.
I do
Yes,
have
question.
one, not even a mechanical question because you would have specified it, but
yeah.
Charity was previously afflicted by a Rakshasa's curse, which gives you nightmares. Did this? I know it didn't feel quite like that because we were able to rest. Just it was fitfully, and like that literally prevented him from sleeping. But does this feel, since Charity has some sort of experience with cursed nightmares, induced nightmares from evil sources, etc.?
Yeah. This feels a little similar. You can almost feel the source, though, is the area you're in, not a scratch or a disease. This feels like the planet you're on right now itself. It just feels like everything around you is causing this.
Would this seem to tie in also with like the Arcana check I made of where did this area itself is somehow blighted?
Yeah. And kind of feeling like you've connected with that before. Mechanically speaking, if you have another night like that, you're starting to take exhaustion levels. That was the first night, and it's going to be only worse going forward.
And I think that as we sort of are breaking camp then and heading out, Charity will again like sort of slowly breathe, slow down the breaths, deeper breaths. And given that we don't have as much of a campfire, etc., just the wings of silver flame will erupt out. I am the light and the flame. Everyone, those dreams are being caused by this place. There is something wrong and twisted here. And from my experience with magically induced dreams, they are only going to get worse. Sleep is going to potentially begin harming us if we do not cleanse this in some way. I'm pretty sure we can all guess what's causing this, but worth noting to everyone, time may be a factor in this.
Yeah. So as you continue on the path, kind of Charity's words bouncing around in your head, it's not long before you come across this old oaken tree with a throne. I mean, you can kind of see it's a throne. It's got almost armrests looking on it, for something bigger than just a normal Goliath, but maybe not quite giant sized. It's weird.
So it's still in like medium creature realms.
Right, yeah.
Medium to large.
Medium to large. And you Dawn Protector stops you for just a moment, then Stormbringer, and kind of squeezes your hand for a second and says, I've never stepped past this place Can you feel it? And if you just take a moment, you can sense just your nerves. Everything about you is saying, don't go any closer to this place. And she squeezes it again and says, I feel better with you here, though. Don't leave the path. Go straight there. Okay?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I can feel it. It's like it wants me to turn around and just run in random directions. It wants me to get lost in this place. Let's not get lost. And then with that, she'll step forward and kind of beckon you along with her. You step past this throne. And within just now a couple miles of your destination, you notice the vegetation has become sparse. There's rotten logs toppled from once mighty trees. Streams dart between jagged rocks and run muddy amidst the snow. And there's this dirty detritus hanging on to the snow here that's barely starting to melt. You hear a crow caw, startling you, and you immediately notice that your just nerves have been set on edge. Your breath has quickened. Your heartbeat has been pounding almost subtly, and you didn't notice each of you doing this. And as you continue through the pines, just the barren trees, a thin mist begins to lightly obscure ahead of you. You can still see the path. It's pointed in the exact direction you need to go. You know this, Stormbringer. But you just want to get off of it and leave and run. And I need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw against fear.
I'm brave. I have advantage.
You do.
I'm fucking using my inspiration.
Is this magic?
We'll say it's a magical effect. Yeah,
So I get advantage because of gnome cunning.
we'll say that. Yep.
Oof.
Cool. With my inspiration, I got a 19.
Okay.
16?
19.
I'm going to spend a thing for myself to give myself a 19 because I doubt a 14's enough.
A 19. Okay. Burbage.
I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Do I want to use my inspiration? No, I do
Okay.
not.
And Takari had an 18. So Charity and Burbage.
Did Dawn Protector roll one?
Yep. Dawn Protector got a 19.
I was
So
a 16.
yes.
Okay.
Right. Yep. So Charity and Burbage. And no one else was below a 16 or 16.
Sorry. The reason I was saying that was I was wrong. I had forgotten that Clem used Flash of Genius
Right. Yep.
on herself. So I was like, wait, there's a 14. Are you
No,
either
you're good,
missing
yeah.
a person or grabbing the wrong person?
Charity, instinctually your horn forms out of feathers. There's something in the mist. It's watching you. You almost feel it darting between trees, just a dark shape, barely able to make it out. You're ready for it though. For a second you seal yourself, you look around. It's really terrifying, but you can handle it.
Sorry, I also should have said.
Yeah.
I was trying to cut in and I didn't hit push to talk.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
This is a hard one because of the way this ability is written.
Sure.
Actually, never mind. You already did the description. Let's roll on.
Okay. Burbage. You look behind you because you just heard a voice say, I wouldn't miss this. Your end. And Eldon is just strolling right behind you. in the fog a little bit, in the dimmest, but you can tell it's him. Another round, please, everyone. Wisdom saving throws.
Another one?
Yeah.
Just a second. I want to check one thing.
Yes.
I
Those were bad.
feel like I'm being scared. Correct?
Yes.
And I feel like
Yes.
there is a threat.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm not, inappropriately cheesing something.
You would be guidancing, I would say, at least.
Guidance doesn't help with saving throws.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But so I saw a shadowy presence darting in the mist. I was having a hard time seeing it. I'm thinking battle is coming, etc., and I'm feeling fear.
Yes.
Like internally, I am feeling a state of fear.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn into an angel.
Okay.
I am immune to frightened.
Okay.
And that's where I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cheese this. It's the Charity feels
Right.
afraid
No, it's-
and feels like there is a combat threat. I think he would then respond with, I need to calm myself down. I feel real self-assured when I'm an angel.
All right. Yes. Very good. All right. So Hikari got a 22, Stormbringer an 8, Burbage a 14, Clem a 9. Okay. Clem, you hear in the mist, it's like moaning. It's you've heard that sound before. It's things that are taking the breath again for the first time that shouldn't. And Stormbringer, you can't help it. Immediately, Bully pops right next to you. Is right by your side. And he starts to look really concerned. His eyes just are looking around. He doesn't say anything. And for a moment, you try to unsummon him back into his figurine form, and you can't. Something in you just won't let you. You feel the slightest bit more comforted with him there, and you can't bring him back. Burbage. Behind you now is Theodric as well. He looks concerned. He's behind Eldon, and he doesn't know what to do. And he looks at you and he says, "Where's Arian?" And then he darts straight into the mist. And you don't think it's real, Burbage. You don't think it's real, but you're not sure how much of that more you can take.
Yeah.
Another wisdom saving throw.
Before we do this, just as a quick note. As I'm looking around, am I seeing anything as an angel?
Right. You're looking around. You're trying to see that figure that darted back and forth. You can't. You're a little worried that it's still out there, but you're not afraid of it, nor do you see any sign of it now.
I'm also trying very hard not to look at the rolls, because what I was actually going for was other people's rolls are relevant to this. Do the party members look like they are getting shaken? And if so,
100% Burbage looks the worst here at the moment.
Does anyone else look bad, like they feel like they've been shaken a bit?
Everyone looks a little shaken, except Akari's actually doing pretty good.
Okay. Each of them will feel almost this sense of, since I'm assuming I don't need to make the action of a saving throw against fear right now,
Sure.
If you'll allow it, I would like to use my action as battlefield inspiration.
Sure.
Each of them feels almost this sense of angelic charity just sort of standing behind them and like having a hand. So the three of them will be Burbage, Clem, and Stormbringer. Each can add a d6 to their saving throw.
Okay.
Sorry, that's why I'm like, I really don't want to look at what people's saves are.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. You're good. All right. So then everyone
not
give
pushing
me...
to talk. Sorry.
numbers.
25.
Okay.
20 for me.
21 for Burbage.
Hikari was.
Hikari got the D6 as well, right?
No, he only
Oh, not Hikari.
named.
I can only pick 3.
Yeah,
So
no
I
worries, no
picked the
worries.
ones who looked shaken.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay.
What did I roll?
So Hikari rolled a 10.
That's what I figured. Everyone else rolled really
Yeah,
well.
Burbage rolled really well. What was yours, Clem?
25.
25. And Stormbringer, 20. Looks like. All right. So all of you are fighting it. You're trying really hard. You Stormbringer, you don't think this is real. You can't shake the feelings, the thoughts that are coming up in your head. Burbage, you want to just run after Theodric, but you know it's not real, and so you focus really hard on Stormbringer in front of you. Dawn Protector stops entirely in her footsteps, and as you kind of approach her, she has tears running down her face. She's breathing heavily. And Hikari, you're all alone. Everyone was with you just a second ago. And they're gone. And now you think they've been gone for a really long time. Do you all continue on?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Talk to Stormbringer. Jesus, I'm Stormbringer. Talk to Dawn Protector while we continue on. Be like, hey, it's okay. I think we're gonna get through this. Okay?
I can't go.
It's not real. Just breathe and hold my hand. We're okay. We got this.
I'm going to give her one more roll because of that. Okay.
Also, if she looked super fucked up, I probably would have given her.
She didn't look that bad a second ago.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
I was like, because
yeah,
I'm like, I was counting everyone here.
Sure,
like,
sure.
Give me priorities.
Yeah, some just really shook her for the second there.
Okay,
but you grab her hand, you squeeze it tight again. She almost like looks at you and sees you for the first time. Her gaze was just like 1,000 yards ahead, and now she recognizes you right next to her. She takes a deep breath, begins to walk. Hikari, you too, even though you don't see anyone around you, keep going.
Do we still see Hikari?
Yes.
Okay, and we don't realize she doesn't see us, so okay.
Yeah. All of you now break through the mist, and that unnatural fear seems to just disappear. You immediately slow your breath, your heart. And now you look at the bottom of this valley. And there's a type of dark rock dome set into the base of a mountain. The dome is craggy and nearly looks like a crusted shell of jagged stone, like a wasp's nest that just sort of slides down the mountain a bit, reaches tendrils of dark rock into the now completely dead forest here. A horrid smell lingers in front of your nose. There's no wind, just stagnant air. Mosquitoes immediately start stinging you. And while that unnatural fear has fled from your senses, a much more natural fear embraces you.
I have a question really quick.
Yes.
If a mosquito stings me, can I use Hellish Rebuke?
You can. Would you like
I want
to?
to do that.
You use your day's worth of Hellish Rebuke, and one of the mosquitoes pops next to you.
Sweet.
Worth it.
Continue.
You see an opening in this sort of wasp's nest of a cave in front of you. Dawn Protector and both Stormbringer know that's exactly where you need to go. And it's the one place you don't want to go. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh boy.
On the doorstep.
Clem rolls 2d6.
Clem's getting some potions ready.
I'm getting my potions ready. I forgot
yeah.
again, so I don't want to interrupt.
All good, all good. All right, thank you, everyone. Ooh, it's getting spooky to be near. Really spoopy stuff. I love it. Scary, scary. So we're gonna continue this in a couple weeks. Next week we have coming up on Wednesday, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which is where goats are gonna get crazy with Janine. That sounded weird. I don't know why I said. Thursday we have Spire. That's an amazing play. You just need to watch Spire. It's awesome.
There was so much chaos this week
Right?
that, like, I don't think I've had that much adrenaline in me while playing a game before. It was nuts.
Wild. And then on next Friday is going to be Tier, the campaign that Galway's running. And it's brilliant and fascinating with like twists and turns every single week, it seems like. So yes, catch all that coming up. But also this Sunday, Galway's what time on Galway on Sunday?
8 p.m. Eastern, and I just dropped into chat, although I dropped into chat 15 seconds ago from y'all's experience of it. The link to twitch.tv shared_experience. Sorry, I had forgotten that there was an underscore in there one. Yeah, so it's a roundtable talk show. Should be real fun.
All right.
And
Yeah,
chat
catch that.
drives the questions on that even more than they do on like our Goat's Eye views. So come in,
Right on.
drop a question for me and other TTRPG folks.
I love it. Yep, definitely gonna watch that. So yeah, everyone to come do that. And yeah, that's I think that's where we're gonna end it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone, hang in there. Take care. We love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.